Supercoach tabs on my phone at dawn, scrolling through the carnage, what went wrong? Grammar soul is steady, rookies on the rise, mid-prices tempting me, danger in disguise. Big J calling from the couch, mate, check your side. Joe bragging about a loophole, riding that tide, we're trading in our hopes like stocks on a screen, chasing that price rise, living the dream. We're the center bound crew, hey! Whistle blows, we're riding it through. From goals and behinds to the last upgrade, greatest game in the world, that's how we're made. From a pig in the guts to the bench from a blues, every week we're breaking the rules. AFL in our veins, yeah, it's all we do. We're the center bound crew. Got duds on the park, can't win a hard ball. Need a downgrade target, answer that call. Possessions piling up, my captain's on fire. Vice loop lightning, sparks through the wire. Yeah. Trade plan scribbled on the back of a bill. One more sideways move, I swear I'll sit still. But the siren hits Friday, logic is gone. Mate, just push and go on. Who you backing in? Who you backing in? Who you backing in? Yeah. Who you letting go? One more risky move, then we steal the show. We're the center bound crew. Hey! Whistle blows, we're riding it through. From goals and behinds to the last upgrade, greatest game in the world, that's how we're made. From a pig in the guts to the bench from a blues, every week we're breaking the rules. They fell in our veins, yeah, it's all we do. We're the center bound crew. We're the center bound crew. Oh yeah, the center bound crew. The center bound crew. The center bound crew.
Oh, what is this?
Look at his head. His head is different.
What is this? Big J got a haircut. I'm not happy. Hope everyone's having a great day.
Who's this honey on the screen? Who's this honey on the weekend?
And mate, it is all gone. So there you go. Hope everyone's doing well. I got little head syndrome, Joe. I feel like my head's like shrunk. You know, the beard, I need like a whole bunch down the bottom.
Mate, look, I gotta say, mate, you look hot AF, my friend. Honestly, never grow it out. Never have your hair look like a freaking wildebeest, bro. You gotta keep yourself trim and proper because, mate, you got features, bro. You've got features. There's no need to hide them behind an excessive amount of hair. Hair does nothing.
Thank you very much.
Hair does nothing, and everyone agrees, mate. Everyone agrees. Nice haircut, looking sexy. Cheese is there with the big. Look at that. Look at Geordie, looking good. Who are you? What have you done to Big J? Says Flash. A very cool haircut. He's very sexy, isn't he? Isn't he the sexiest right now?
Thank you very much.
Big J's younger, better looking twin.
There you go, mate. Locked in.
Yes. As you can see, it is May the 4th. So May the 4th be with all of you, ladies and gentlemen out there. I hope you had a wonderful Monday, the 4th of May. May the 4th always be in your favor, or should I say that's the odds? May the odds forever be in your favor, but you know what I mean.
That's a different franchise there, Joe.
Different franchise. James here, looking schmick, Big J, knocked 5 years off.
Thanks, buddies.
Good to see you, Michael. Good to see you, Michael. Not sure what's worse, my Supercoach team or my Eagles. Giving up on both. Right, too early to give up on. Look, the Supercoach team, maybe we're getting close to giving up, but look, the buyers aren't far. The buyers aren't far. I'm reporting from the Death Star today. Hopefully, it doesn't lag out the stream too much, but figured I'd do a bit of Star Wars action for you guys. Let me see if I can figure out a good one because I'm just trying to get it to work at the moment. Look, the Eagles are young. The Eagles are a young team, mate. You guys will be fine. It's rebuilds are always tough. I mean, we're in one at the moment, and I can't say with any confidence that if we were to play you guys, Michael, that we would win, especially over there. So
might be better.
Yeah, you'll be right in the long run. Sean Ski, good to see you. How was the heart rate, Sean Ski, with the draw, mate? How was the
Yeah, it's some really, we talk a lot, Joe, about AFL and things like that. There really is, and this week and last week especially with the Braden Cook and stuff like that. It's been pretty amazing, some of these games that we've been having. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Very, very competitive and whatnot. And here I am in space in Star Wars. Pew pew pew. May the 4th, guys. So yeah, just enjoy it while it lasts, I suppose.
Look, mate, regardless of whatever, it doesn't matter what you put on as a background, as long as the foreground stays the same, which is your beautiful face, that's all that matters. All right, that does not matter.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks,
man. Does not matter. What's up, legends? How are we? Hope you have had a great weekend and day. Hopefully better than mine. Girlfriend broke up with me. Oh no!
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, jeez. Kobe. I don't want to say that there are many fish in the sea. I don't want to say that. It's too obvious. Let's just say every kitchen pot has its lid. You haven't found your lid.
His ex-girlfriend's a kitchen pot.
No, he is the kitchen pot. He just hasn't He just hasn't found the right lid for it yet. I believe every pot has a lid. She was not your lid. All right? Just take the learning experiences that came from it. There were some good times, I'm sure. Yes. Maybe some self-reflection. Always use it as a growth experience. You'll be fine, Kobe. There'll be plenty of ladies lining up, or guys, or whatever that whichever way you swing. I'm sure you'll have multiple opportunities, my friend. Great win, come back by free. It was a good game. That Freo Doggies game was hard to watch because obviously on the Friday night I did a live watch along, and it was really annoying that I had to flick between these two games that were happening at the same time. But mate, it was
nice comeback as well. And the rise of Hayden Young, Joe, this guy that we kind of had in our SuperCoach teams for the longest time, and came out and kicked 3 goals and did very well. So pretty good.
One of which is goal of the year, probably. One of which a sensational effort by Hayden Young. He was great. Yeah, he was awesome. He plays a massive role in that midfield, and it's a formidable combination now.
Do we need to talk about Luke Jackson, Joe, and how he's currently got a 3-run average of 138? It's pretty dirty, man.
Yeah, I wish I brought him in last week.
It is pretty dirty.
I'm silly. I should have brought him in last week. I should have just traded out Bruin last week and McAndrew and gotten Jackson in. Instead, I doubled down. I got Cumming and Rechko, so I could free up cash to upgrade this week. But yeah, I probably should have traded in Luke Jackson. This guy, he's a freak. There's no other way to describe him. He's a true unicorn.
6 people traded him out this week. 537 traded him in. 6 people traded him out. So yeah, it's pretty dirty. We've seen in the past, Joe, how influential and how good his scoring's been without Sean Darcy. And I thought, oh yeah, Mason Cox coming in, it's going to change a few things around, but it just hasn't. I mean, Mason Cox is slowly trudging along, and I think even his scoring hasn't been terrible for what you're getting on field. Already gone up 17K, but yeah, it just looks beautiful for them. Really nice mix, and just opens up something extra. They play Mason Cox as that number 23 man, as long as they don't have injuries, and they're just flying. They've got a full team. They've got the right coverage. Yeah, I wish Max Gawn could turn back the clock and do the same thing, because it's been a bit disappointing kind of on the flip side for Ruckman.
Yeah, well, that Max Gawn situation is entirely different, but yeah, well done, Kobe. I'm glad the Dockers got the job done for you, but there's no doubt, though, that on Friday night, the talking point, the real highlight game was this one. And
Sam Berry, 19 tackles, mate.
If you don't mind. and Braden Cook, who cooked with that match-winning goal. That was insane. I was But the drama was what happened before it. That the Wayne Miller goal was disallowed because of a push on the goal line. I've seen people murdered on the goal line and no free kicks paid. Meanwhile, Wayne Miller's goal is overturned because of a slight little push. That was insane. And then we thought that it was one of those, the Crows were robbed right in front of me, because Joe Berry goes and puts them in front with a super nice snap for Port. And then, of course, it comes the other way and bang, Cook jumps up a good 30-odd points with that one goal to win them the game. That was insane.
Yeah, I missed out. I had Massimo on the bench. I don't know why, but I did. And Massimo? That obviously didn't. Sorry, not Massimo. Yeah, Philippou. Sorry, not Massimo. Philippou. I had Philippou on the bench, and that didn't work out for me. But the last 2 weeks of Braden Cook, I mean, we're blessed a little bit, Joe, by having these kind of players. And I managed to pick him up. As much as I bag on MJ for Dan Houston, who has supposedly worked out now, he did put me on the Braden Cook train. And, you know, he's got, jumped up 200K and looks to be going up even more. 3-round average of 88. So, yeah, he's doing pretty well. And just really cementing himself in the team as well, which is something great to see for these guys that have kind of been on the fringes of their sides for so long. So, yeah, pretty happy for him outside of kind of SuperCoach.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's one of the top improvers in the league this year. So he's been a wonderful cash cow for us this year. Sup, Flash? Good to see you, mate.
Sup, Flash?
Travis, hey lads, may the fourth be with you. Was ranked 60K. And with a score of 2228, I'm now 48K. Trading out Anderson and Grill. Angry Anderson? Look, I know he had a Stoinker.
I wouldn't be trading out Anderson, to be honest. Have you got someone else, Travis, that you can actually make some money off the selection? Anderson, I think Anderson will play for a while. I think from memory, they've still got a couple more injuries. And from watching the game, his stats don't reflect how good I think he was in the game. He only played 63% game time, gave away 5 free kicks and had 7 clangers. So maybe that's what's done it for him. But he's only like a second-year player, right? Second or third-year player. So I don't know. I have a feeling they may hold him, or at least in my SuperCoach brain, they're going to hold him. So, yeah, I think he should hopefully stick around. It does kill his cash gen a little bit, but got to remember too, guys, getting rid of these players. If you've got like a Selwood or a Jakes or someone like that in your backline, I'd probably get rid of one of those before getting rid of someone like Anderson. In 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to get MSD players coming through mid-season draft. So, like, having all these guys 200K, 250K, I kind of talked myself out of not picking Cumming, but now I'm like, okay, even if he only makes cash for 3 weeks, cheeky 200K downgrade for a Cumming to a mid-season draftee might be the ticket this year, because there's quite a few clubs that have spots available and quite a few clubs that need spots. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Great heat map. That's the reason why I went early on Cumming, because I thought
no, of course. Yeah.
With the injuries and the role and the matchup, I thought that he would score pretty well. So, look, 80 points for a rookie is very good. Could have potentially had more if the guy didn't have 5 clangers. Would have been a very nice very, very nice early in. And unfortunately, he let me down a bit. But look, I'll take 80 points.
My only problem is, Joe, with this, with Cumming. Hey, I hope everyone's going to join in and check us out. My only problem with Cumming is if he doesn't go massive, he's basically nullified his cash gen because he's been more expensive, right? So if he goes like a 50 this week versus Adelaide, which could happen, like even if it's like a 60 or a 70, going at 80, he definitely jumps up in cash. 232, 274, slowly. We ideally want to get rid of him at his bye, because then he's made us, a little bit of money, downgrade to a 99K mid-season draftee, and you're cooking, right? Him plus Murdoch or Blamires or even Todd Marshall with the extra cash equals a primo, yeah? But if he goes at like 60 next week, he's basically killed his cash gen. Like, cool, maybe you get 100K out of him in 3 weeks. It's not. There's a little bit of a downside with the inflated price, because you're almost 1 or 2 price rises already happened with that money, unfortunately.
But you're sort of paying up for the role too, aren't you?
Oh, of course, but you need a 70 or an 80, otherwise you're kind of stuffed.
Well, you'd think you would get that if you look at the centre bounces. What was the centre bounces like? Coming 23 city CBAs. You know what I mean? So Ross, Hopper, Cumming were the main trio there. So if he continues with that role, you'd anticipate him to go 70 plus, playing in that inside mid role.
Yeah, you just got to if Richmond get truly smashed, which could happen over the next couple of weeks, they're in some real trouble, I think.
Yeah, well, I've already gone early on because I wanted the points on field, and 80 points wasn't that amazing. Got bounced from SuperCoach Cup. So did I. Because
me too. What a jip. Everyone got, not everyone, but a lot of people got the first week off. And then it's like, nah, stuff you. You just get kicked out because you scored 2,100. It's a pain in the ass, man. Malcolm Roses, I tell you what, Joe, we spoke about this just before, but if I had picked him over Doverston, which I think was the right way to go, should have grabbed him, mature age player, gone to a club that's actually going to play him in a team. His scoring hasn't been half bad. There's at least like Malcolm Roses versus Todd Marshall. I know which one I would probably rather have just from his scoring on field. So, first 3 games not great, but after round 5, after their bye round, he's done very, very well. So, going to make a lot of money. He's already cashed in double basically what his thing is, and if you downgrade him to a 99K rookie, you're laughing at this point. And what is a break even of like 2? So he'll do a number on North this weekend. I reckon he'll score close to 100 this week against North, and Collingwood maybe not, Geelong the week after maybe not, but 400K Malcolm Roses, bro. So it's a bit scary. Missing out on him and Dersma and the likes of Kadeen Coleman and stuff makes finishing your team a bit tricky,
It does, but he did have that. Yeah, I always thought if you're going to pick between Roses or Doverston, and you had a small forward, like surely you'd pick the small forward for the better team.
Yeah.
Having said that, you guys have been playing very well this year. Let's not disrespect North Melbourne. You guys have played very well, but he has struggled to keep his spot in the team. It's very different to Roses.
Yeah. Well, first year player versus not first year player, right?
Exactly right. Great, Geordie.
Michael. Got a donation, Joe. Mark, how's it going, Mark? Had a slightly insight into the future for week Caddy and Roby in the centre was promising. It was a bad effort in the side, but these two were okay. Awesome. Cool. There you go. Oh, you changed your picture, Mark.
I like it, Mark. Again, very nice photo. Nice beanie. Love the beanie, as always. But I don't think Caddy was in the middle. I think you meant Sharp. Sharp and Roby in the middle. Yeah, they looked good in the middle. I love Roby. Stully Roby is going to be an absolute beast. Yep. His connection with Cads was quite awesome, and I love his field kicking. I love his physicality, his strength over the pill. I think he was the second most hard ball ground gets for both teams. He was second most. You can see him starting to build. Yeah, he had the completely interrupted preseason. In fact, he had no preseason because of that stress, that hot spot in his back. So he's had a very, very delayed program. As long as this guy can get through the year healthy without any injuries, then I still have hope because Sully Roby is a beast of a man, an absolute monster. So I'm very happy about that. Thanks for the 10 as always. You're a very generous man, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
And to top it off, my Supercoach
Yeah.
Cup opponent was ranked 100k mark. Yeah, bro, I know. What did I have? My opponent as well, I think, had. Wait, wasn't it? Where do you see the cup?
I should
Wasn't
just
the
say
cup up somewhere here?
When you click on my team and it has it like at the top.
Well, that's on my team.
Yeah, keep going. Cross.
I can't scroll up anymore.
Bro, it's just I can see it, Joe. Move your cursor up. Look, there it is.
Oh, there.
On the
I thought there was a green bar. All right, sorry. I was looking for a green bar.
Oh,
I lost to rank 113. I lost to rank 113 with Paul, who moves like Jagger.
I swear some of these teams, I don't know how you rank 113. I reckon there's some people here that just haven't touched their team for like ever. And it's like, how are you ranked 113, bro? I don't understand.
He had Sam Berry as well. My opponent had Sam Berry, Dan Houston, Jackson. What else did he have?
Dersma's one that's such a hard miss. Bro.
Willem Dersma. Rowan Marshall with a 121. Isaac Heaney with a 258.
Marshall's done very well the last couple of weeks. You should have picked him up at 400k, Joe.
I know, right? So he's clearly he's had an insane week. This guy, he's just absolutely. His rookies fired. His premiums did well, and he even has Sam Mother Flipping Berry. Who has Sam Berry? This guy does, as does Michael's opponent. So.
Rowan Marshall from round 6 onwards. 118, 106, 121 this week. And he plays no wits. And then next week he plays Richmond. So, yeah, Rowan Marshall, bro, picked him up at 401k as like a Josh Rochelle swap or something like that. You'd be laughing almost, I think.
Well, why is he scoring so well? Because clearly DeConning is still the number one man.
Yeah, he's just I think just like King got injured or something. So yeah, I don't know how many goals he's been kicking, but he's been doing quite a lot around the ground.
Interesting.
I think quality just comes through a little bit with some of these teams.
His name is Big J, Shonsky.
His name is Star Wars.
It's still him. What are your thoughts on Liam Henry?
Is he he's not up for thingy, is he? He's someone that's always had potential.
Injuries.
Always had injuries, always had injuries too, but it's always had potential. So we don't need to worry about him this week. Potentially he's the upgrade target that we all need next week. It's a shame he's an overpriced forward, but wait and see, really. It's pretty easy to beat
Richmond
up
on the bubble.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to beat up on Carlton too. So after that, though, after Richmond on the bubble, it's Freo, Hawthorn, Sydney, GWS, Western Bulldogs. So
then got the Bombers, though.
It's not easy. It's not easy, Joe. It's round 17. I don't want to keep this guy for that long. He's only going to make you 50k. It's not.
Well, you're only picking him. Well, you're picking him because on the bubble, but also because you need the money. You need to be able to access the money.
Yeah, you're picking him because you want a downgrade target. That's all.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You're trying to access the equity in that player. I don't know. All these now. Okay, now we're finally back up to the comments where they were talking about how sexy you are. All right, Sports Nut. Hey, lads, scored 2060. Bit of a disaster. Went down 8k in rank to 19k, but it is what it is. This week, I'm thinking Grill, McAndrew, and Bruin to Bont, Sherry, and Burton. Oh. Bont, Sherry in 1 week. Jesus, that's amazing. By trading out Grill, McAndrew, and Bruin, you do that, mate.
I won't be trading. Sportsnut, if you had McAndrew, I wouldn't be trading him right now. He's got a pretty easy run coming up. Plays Richmond this week with no ruckman. I think it's silly to be trading him, to be honest. I think they've got a half decent fixture. And he didn't even care. Yeah, he's probably going to beat Cherry, man. This guy's like 210 centimeters, Joe. Like, Cherry might push him around, but I'd at least be trying to keep him for that Richmond matchup. Can you, like, if you can get Bonton, Sherry, and Burson in, fantastic. It might be the play, but I'm salty at myself for getting rid of McAndrew last week. Like, God forbid he's playing Richmond this week. Could be a 120 pretty easily, I think.
Fingers crossed that is the case. But at the end of the day, you're not picking McAndrew to be a keeper, and he's made you his money.
Yeah,
he's made you 250K. I mean, if you told us at the start of the year, hey, have McAndrew, come round 9, this guy's going to make you 250K, I'd say, heck yeah, happy. Thank you so much. You take that and you run, especially if it enables you to get X in, who is a freak. And I'd still be in my team if it wasn't for his stupid injury, not injury, his freaking rubbing of blood on people. You absolute idiot.
I'm a little bit wary of him playing actual ruckman though. That's my only problem. We play Sydney this week, and I can half expect it is at Marvel, but unless Grundy's not playing, I don't know how good Cherry's going to be. I don't think he'll win much of the ruck battles. I could be mistaken, but yeah.
Look, the run home. North have the worst run home.
Yeah,
for rucks.
Bit rough. I know, guys. I know Geordie. I know he's getting Cherry, and I have the McAndrew love affair, but the guy just popped out a 94, and he did nothing for about a quarter of the game. So, yeah, bro, I can be sad about trading McAndrew. I can give advice. No dramas there. Do what I want.
Shots fired. But you guess what, mate? You might just end up being a stormtrooper. You never hit. Big J never miss. Big J, unbeatable with his advice. He never miss. Look, I don't know. For me,
the only reason why, realistically, I traded out McAndrew last week was the fact that I thought Farrow and Grill and a few of these other 300K guys were still going to go up in money. If you had told me that they weren't, straight out the door, no worries, see you later, mate. So that's the only reason why I had traded them over him, because I thought it was a lot easier for Farrow to make 55 than it was for McAndrew to make like a 90 in a red matchup. So, yeah, that's literally the only reason. What was just that. I would have kept him for a while longer.
Who's Bog J? Sorry, mate. He's the best on ground, J. All right? This J is best on ground, Bog J.
No, thanks.
Oh, look at this. Big J gone from Chewbacca to Han Solo.
Yeah, there you go.
That's pretty damn good. Greek Raven. Hey, guys. Hope you did well. Sharing to the rescue. Love it. Love a good Tristan Sherry owner. I wish I had him. Stephen, good evening. Joe and Big J, ranked 57K and fallen like a stone. My optimized team for this week has put Tom Stewart on my bench.
That's rough, man. That is rough. Yeah, I think I told my brother to get Tom Stewart in last week, and he dropped a 50 on North Melbourne. He's just, it's a weird one. He just gets given all these shit roles on field, and it's like, cool, let's let someone else do what they're going to do, and he's just fluffing around, even in close games, even in games where you'd think he's going to dominate. Maybe it is like an age factor with Tom Stewart, but boy, oh boy, yeah, 53 is not a great score. It's a rough day for Tom Stewart, I think.
Well, where was Maxi Holmes, the running man? Where was Maxi Holmes? He was probably all over the ground, I assume. Yeah.
I think we tagged him or Smith this week, and then it just like I think Smith got tagged and didn't do much for a majority of the game. And then we kind of just let Holmes run around everywhere, which was a bit dumb because it cost us the game. Yeah. I don't know. Just a weird situation.
Where did Tanner Brun? Where was Brun? Oh, what the hell is this heat map? He just follows the ball everywhere and does nothing with it.
That's all he does all the time, Joe.
He just runs after it and does nothing with it. So interesting. 104 fantasy for 72 Supercoach. Look, he might be worthwhile holding on to be honest. But I just need to upgrade. I just can't be having non-primos on my team. I just need primos. I've got enough fakes in there. So yeah. Tom Stewart is a bit Arya Sivakuma. How are you, Arya? Or Arya Siva? Arya Siva Kuma. Probably Kuma is more of a last name. Yeah, so Arya Siva. Hey guys, looking good out there. Welcome to the channel. I think first time seeing your name. Worth going a double downgrade. And which rookies would you pick out of Buslinger, Burton, and Cumming? Plan is to go Whitfield this week and Zorks start. Don't go Zorks. He's injured, bruv. I did the same thing. I traded Zorko in a few weeks back, thinking this is going to be great, good value, good role, good everything. Alas, bad body. So he's a bit old. So I wouldn't be risking it with Zorks.
Yeah, that's the only issue. You can do double downgrade if you want. My feeling towards the double downgrade, we've kind of covered Cumming a little bit, but it's more just that there aren't rookies coming through next week, which is the real issue. Dane Zorko probably going to be about 460k or something. I doubt he's going to score 148 on Carlton. So he's looking about 460k. He may even drop a little bit more. Looks okay, but just old, really. Really needs a week off, even though he's had like 3 weeks off. So yeah, it's an interesting one. If not Zorko, you've got all your other players. I'm even thinking of doing similar and going like Connor McDonald next week, if he's not going to drop too much in price. So there's cheaper options. There really just isn't rookies. Like we've got Burton, we've got Cumming, as you say, Buslinger being one who's a little bit more expensive too. Probably a bit more of a set on field type player, which is what we want, depending on what your backline looks like. If you had a boost lying around, it'd be a very good time to use it this week. Offload a few players, even maybe a Tom Marshall kind of situation. And if he's in your backline and throw this guy on field, 2 scores in the 90s is pretty darn good. So yeah, I don't mind him. The inflated price is probably the biggest thing because he won't jump in price as much. And if he has a poor score this week versus Port Adelaide, which might not happen, but if he has a poor score this week, his cash gen is somewhat muted. That's my only issue.
Hey, G-Bags. Thanks,
hey, G-Bags.
Following the news from Bevo in the press conference about resting Bont, is it concerning for Inos and those who might be looking at him this week?
Well, if he gets rested, you just don't pick him. Like, I think it's pretty obvious, right?
It almost seems like though they have to. I think they're playing him by necessity. Like, who else can they bring in to play in the midfield? And he's a proud man, and he got through the game pretty well. Obviously, the guys.
A little bit like Nick Dacos. Bit like Nick Dacos. Like he just kind of does what he needs to do, and maybe he doesn't run around as much, but still can play kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly. So look, if you haven't got him in, then don't rush him in. But especially if he doesn't play, and then you just don't pick him. For those of us who own him, there's no way you're trading him out. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, if Bont is out this week, I think I may double downgrade because I should expect a half okay score from the likes of Sam Cumming. Cumming might just be my Bont replacement this week, so we'll wait and see if that happens or not.
If he's out, I'm a little bit concerned because I don't really want to field anybody. Anderson,
Is Cumming in your flex?
Yeah. coming in my
I can't
flicks. So it's not
we
great.
can't see the
Oh,
comment
sorry.
was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's not great because, if he's out and then Cumming comes to the midfield, well, there's no DPP, so it's not fun. Not fun. But I wouldn't be surprised. Another chronicle in what was a series of unfortunate events that is my team this year.
Welcome to the dark side.
Out there. Oh, I think we already answered that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Would you rather trade Rochelle or Bruin?
Ooh, that's the question, right? I think Josh Rochelle's fallen off a cliff. He does play Adelaide
this week.
He plays Richmond this week, so it's really hard to do it. If Tanner Bruin gives you like a Max Holmes, if he gives you someone that you can like get a half decent score out of, I think he's a trade. Josh Rochelle will lose money unless he pulls something out of his butt, which he could do. Like, it's conceivable. If Richmond shit the bed, it's conceivable that he scores a 125 this week and hits his break even. Like, truly, if he could easily do that. He plays North the next week after. I don't think we're going to tag him. We probably try and tag Jordan Dawson. So let's say against North, scores like an 85 maybe against North. He starts to go back up in price. So yeah, it's not the worst thing. I mean, it's someone that we haven't expected to do as poorly over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, I don't think he's a must sell type situation. Like, yeah, put some money on him scoring over 100 this week potentially. If it's as much of a blowout as it probably will be, because Richmond have no players. So yeah, it's a bit rough.
What's with all the toilet, sayings here all of a sudden, Big J? You sort of strung them together really well, as long as, pull something out of his ass or he doesn't shit the bed. It's they came in very quick succession. And unfortunately,
Sorry,
I couldn't keep my straight face the same way Jack Rewalt kept his straight face when Kingy said, "Oh, I love coming." And you just see him try to focus so hard on not laughing. I unfortunately did not have the self-control that freaking Jack Rewalt did, and I couldn't help but laugh when he said pull something out of his ass and not shit the bed. Almost spat out my tea. Big J gone from sorry, it's all that. Shall we get the Essendon rant out the way? Nah, no rant this week, Geordie. Nothing to rant about. We played against the best team in the comp, but I just feel, I don't know, in my heart of hearts, I feel really satisfied knowing that there's no way Brad Scott can survive. So I'm just sort of coping, a lot of copium in my heart that Brad will not survive as coach, and that as soon as he's gone, things will improve.
Yeah, I think similar to a Carlton with you guys. I think you really need to have a bit of a shake up in the team more than anything else. So probably a few players that need to get moved around and potentially let go and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if time is just everything,
And yeah, from what I hear, from what I've from people that I know, apparently the plan is they're going to get rid of Vossi before the mid-season bye. They'll decide on it behind closed doors. Yeah, Vossi, you were done. We're gone our separate ways. I promise, Blue Iris, it obviously wasn't me who wrote on the board. Clearly the players themselves admitted to writing on the board. Now, if you were to accuse me of being the fan who took the photo of the board and then spread it, then you might have more of a leg to stand on. But no, I also did not. Because if I was the one writing on the board, it would have been 10 times more brutal than what the Lions did. Are you kidding me? Ben Mackay?
Could have just been Ben Mackay. What a waste of pick 3 or something, Thanks for pick 3 if it was me. I think Carlton's in a similar position where it's like your best 15 are probably good, and then it's the last 8 or so that really let you guys down on the field. So yeah, going back to that, Joe, you sure you didn't write it? Because that'd be pretty funny.
No. Like I said, if I was the one who wrote it, I would have been 10 times more brutal. Like, I wouldn't have just simply put one word, like selfish and things like that. I would have been a lot more hard on those players, that's for sure.
I thought this one was pretty funny. Yeah,
yeah.
I heard that today, saying it wasn't just Hurdy. I think a couple of people, maybe Kane Corns or someone, said something similar too. It was just like, you know, we need to do something. He's a tall player, like just throw him in the forward line and see what can happen. So.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want him anywhere near our forward line.
Yeah.
Our forward line are full of good young players. I don't want him to go over there and start teaching them how to be shit like him. The only other place outside of the back line that Mackay can go is the ruck. In my opinion, or the bin, ideally. But since we can't bin him, okay, because it's illegal to do that, I think Mackay can just go into the. Because let's be real, Blackiston, as much of a muppet as Blackiston is, he's probably a better defender than Mackay is already. So I reckon rather than have Blackiston rucking, I reckon send Blackiston into defense as a defender and let Mackay go in the ruck to develop a backbone and actually have to use his physical abilities to run and jump at the ball. So try and get him out of his skin a little bit. Try and, come on, break out of that shell of yours. So I reckon send Mackay into the ruck, and then 2-meter Peter can stay in the forward line and be a forward like what we know that he can be. So I reckon Mackay should go to the ruck, nowhere near our forward line, because I know he will corrupt Caddy. He will corrupt all those good young players over there. And the last thing that we want is any of our good young players getting corrupted by Ben Mackay of all people.
Nothing.
Yes. Won my SuperCoach matchup. Ooh,
nice.
By 3 points. Wow.
Yeah.
Had 10 heart attacks watching the last quarter of Suns versus Giants. Was only up 36 at 3/4 time. I had Track versus Callahan and Whitfield versus Tuke Miller. Thankfully, Track went huge this game.
Yeah, that fourth quarter for a lot of the GWS players was a bit hard to watch. I mean, I think going into that game, I was just under 1,700 SuperCoach score. And it was like, yeah, Whitfield and Callahan going to be great. I think in the fourth quarter, Whitfield kicked, let me just quickly check. Whitfield 17 points. So not really what you want after a 40-point quarter. And then Callahan too. Callahan with 11. So Petrarca went massive, but GWS really didn't do much in the fourth. I think we're pretty lucky with kind of the scores we got out of these big guys. Congrats if you got Brent Daniels too. Cheeky 73 is not the worst.
What's the ranking today, boys? I'm 35,000.
This week, 36,975. Joe's beating me. There you go.
What? When did that happen?
I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I was ahead of you, and then whoop, that's it.
I've lost like 6K spots because I double downgraded this week. So I expected to lose ranks, but like, when the hell did I leapfrog you? I don't think I had any good weeks this year.
Yeah, and I scored 2,300 last week, so I don't know what's going on.
What?
Bit of a weird situation. Yeah, I don't know.
I promise I haven't hacked shit. All right, I know I'm bad at.
It's not the you're not looking at the community team or something, eh?
Good question. No, Centre Bounce Joe. No,
okay,
that's me.
You
You scored 23 last week. I scored 22.
Yeah. Last week I was ranked 33K. What were you ranked?
Last week you were ranked 33.
Oh, so you were 25. Right, you were ranked 25 last week. So you've been ahead of me basically the entire time anyway. Yeah, you've been ahead of me by a fair amount. You smashed me.
No, I was 34 round 6.
Yeah, and I was 48.
When the hell did that happen?
I don't know. I've been going down in rankings. It's just not been. I've just not been scoring as well as what you have, apparently.
No, but you've been scoring better than me the last 2 weeks. So I have no idea how.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Don't ask.
This is pretty weird. I live with 3 Collingwood supporters, so the draw was good for all. Fair enough.
Yeah, good for tips too, because I almost lost it.
Oh, Darcy Moore. The gift that keeps on giving. Seriously. Is there a more overrated player in the league than Darcy Moore? Seriously. Is there? How did he drop that wide open, uncontested mark? And then how does he mop it up? He mopped it up by catching him high. He conceded 7 points in 40 seconds. That's very un-Collingwood-like.
I think Aiden Core kicked it to the opposition, so it's probably not much better. I suppose.
God, seriously. Mark again. No Mackay in the ruck. He can't run on jump. No sit his ass on the bench warmer. No, if we're paying for this Muppet to do something, I refuse to pay him for nothing. He has to at least try. God damn it! I don't care if he won't be any good at it. I just need him to do something or try to do something. Rank the 4 of them. Cumming, Henry, Buslinger, Burton.
Well, Henry's only played 1 game, so I would put Henry at the bottom. I think Cumming... it's a toss-up for me, Joe, between Cumming and Burton, just for the price difference. So I would say Cumming and Burton are probably equal, and then Buslinger comes in. I like the Dogs player, don't get me wrong. If you can keep up with this 90 scoring every week, then bloody fantastic. But any fall-off really kills his kind of cash gen. If we have a quick squiz at... let me see... if we have a quick squeeze, right? So any score similar to Cumming is definitely the same thing. Any score of like a 50 odd next week just mutes him. Now, if he keeps scoring 100 or 90, not that's 300, that's too much. If he keeps scoring 90s from then on, then fantastic. The guy's going to be 400k by round 13. Like, perfect time to offload him for a primo. Like no doubt, but he's really got to do it over the next few weeks. I think Lob's injured for a while. What's the injury list for the Dogs looking like? Wow, that was nasty. That was not fun. And then Norton came back and played, which was interesting.
Yes. And played very well, mind I say.
Played pretty good. Yeah, so in the back line, like Connor Buderick, how much does he affect him? I'm not sure. Who is it else? Rory Lobb, 2 to 4 weeks. Surely he comes back straight into the team and does something with the makeup as well. James O'Donnell, 3 to 4 weeks too, backline player. So Buslinger's definitely come in and taken advantage of it, but I reckon he makes 150k. That's my prediction by the time you want to get rid of him. If that's good enough for you, then that's good enough for you. I think all 3 will make probably around that amount. He's at least becoming a really good on-field option. You just need him to keep up with the scoring. If I had him in my team, perfect week to triple downgrade. If I had him in my team, I would be more inclined to put him on field versus a Sarong who's shit the bed over a Lindsay who's last week scored 130 and this week scored 68. So yeah, I think he's probably the most on-field option, but he's the most expensive. So you've just got to weigh up the risk, I think, a little bit with that.
I don't know. What was his job security like? Seriously, I think he plays job security.
I don't think Bevo's going to get rid of him if he's playing as well as what he is. It's just, if he can keep up the scoring, really.
Yeah, but the thing is, if he's dropped, then he won't be able to keep up the scoring.
I think this is last week too, because it's got Artie Jones as a test. Yeah, so April 28. Yeah.
Exactly. So tomorrow it will be updated. And so that means that Rory Lobb is 1 to 2 weeks away. So if 1 to 3. So if Rory Lobb was to walk, straight back into the side, if Rory Lobb's available, he plays, right? Purely and simply. So he's in there potentially. And then you've got, Buderick, I think, who, if he's available, he'll also walk straight back into the team. So there's a couple of players if to come back into that back line. So, and I've already experienced the inherent risk of picking a mid-pricer a la Elijah
That
Sardis.
doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't
Yes.
work. It's
So-
rough, man. It sucks. I mean, Cam Zerha, people brought in Zerha and Sardis in the same week.
Yep.
Ugh. Oh, I would hate to do it again. Like, better team makes better players, right? Though he's obviously better than North and Essendon, so there's less risk. But yeah, it's still a bit risky.
Yeah, that goal from the boundary line was sensational, Kobe. Absolutely. That Cook goal, though, holy crap, was one of them. Oh, mate, that was insane. I lost my mind. I don't know what it is about my microphone, but when I start losing my mind and start screaming, the microphone doesn't pick up. The microphone doesn't pick up my voice anymore, so I might have to look into that. But yeah, that was an insane goal by Cook, and it was justice. It was karma. The Crom are always robbed right in front of me. But that time, that was a beautiful goal, beautiful celebration, and beautiful for all of our SuperCoach teams, the ones who still own him. Sherry scored well. Of course he did, because he was up against nobody. Blixarves was a laid out.
The rest of North Melbourne didn't score well, though. A few people having a bit of a cry about the likes of McKercher kicking the goal and things like that, Joe. We looked up and about, man. Heading into the fourth quarter, we weren't really down.
No.
Yeah, we were very much there, and then the fourth quarter blues as always. But yeah, outside of Sherry, who kind of scored big, no one else did, which was a bit disappointing. I mean, LDU 112. There's a couple of LDU comments I've seen. I think he's fine.
21-9 though. That is outrageous accuracy. 21-9. That is outrageous. Rodney, g'day, Rodney.
What's up, Rodney?
Isaac Rankin or McCluggage this week as a trade-in?
Neither. Can I say
Rankin.
neither? Can I say neither?
I like Rankin. Rankin.
I mean, he plays Richmond this week, which is probably the reason why to bring him in.
Yes.
But I'm not convinced that either are going to be keepers in their position. I mean, how much is Rankin? Can you spare 70k and just get Zach Bailey instead? Like, that would be the one who I'm heavily consider bringing in instead.
See, the thing with Rankin that I'm really enjoying is whilst he hasn't quite popped off yet scoring-wise, the underlying numbers are trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
You got to look at the numbers behind the score.
But you say that, and then there's no Jordan Dawson this week. I mean, Jordan Dawson's back again. That's my
yeah, that's fine. But they know that what the midfield mix is going to be, and Rankin is one of their best mids, and they know Rochelli's a better forward, and that's why Rochelli's CBAs. If I pull up the CBA numbers again, round stats, and it bounces. But also, you got to look at the fact that his time on ground is now 3 weeks in a row of 80+%, which is good. And yeah, the last 2 weeks is having a nice bump up in CBAs. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Rankin front. Meanwhile, Rochelli has, so from 81, dropped to 38, and then dropped again to 19. So you can clearly see that Rochelli's CBAs are being almost 1-for-1 taken by Rankin. Rankin has basically consumed Rochelli, and Rochelli now is playing in the forward line. So I think for the price, you're getting a lot more on-ball type player, which is awesome. And I still do like Hugh McCluggage. All right, I still like Huey, and he might have bottomed out now, but I still think he's still gettable next week. He does have the Blues this week, where he could probably score pretty good. McCluggage still, not dominating in terms of the CBA, so he's still obviously being managed. It's going to be a long season. I, for one, reckon you get Rankin in now. He's got the easy matchup. He's got Richmond, and then McCluggage is not going to run away from you in a hurry. You can trade in
No.
Luggage in the next 2 or 3 weeks still. So in my opinion, I think this week is a good week for Rankin. He's basically bottomed out in price because his break-even at the moment is 74 up against Richmond. So I think you're getting him for a very significant discount, and this guy was top 6 forward last year. So I like Rankin. Obviously, Big J might not be as big of a fan, but I personally think he's there.
Yeah, I'm a little bit wary of round 12 bye plays in your forward line, especially with the likes of Cook still going on. We've got Sheasel, we've got Petrarca. You would throw Rankin in there as well, plus any Took Millers and stuff like that. For about the same price, I think Connor McDonald may be a better player. He's got a tougher matchup, but at least it's not round 12 bye. And at least the role is there for him. Basically the same price this week. So, yeah.
Fair. Could do that.
It's just, he has up and down games. Same kind of thing.
He's got a low floor, but quite a decent ceiling, 125. So you might get a bit more variance out of C-Mac. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I sort of fluctuate. At times, I really do care about the buys. At other times, I feel like I don't mind.
It doesn't matter.
I know. I don't mind the buys. Just give me the best player I can afford for the long run.
Yeah.
So I know for myself, but I'm also in terms of advice that I'm trying to give to people. I do find myself fluctuating here and there. For someone like a Rankin, who I do consider him, I do think Rankin's probably a top 6 forward. If once he's fit and healthy and playing that CBA role, I think he's a top 6 forward. I think him, Sheasel, Petrarca, Pickett, Bailey, these guys are running through the midfield, So knows the best forwards. The best forwards are the ones who aren't stuck playing forward. That's why Rochelle is a major warning sign, for all the Rochelle owners, that he's losing his CBA so much that they're almost non-existent. Whereas if you want to look at jumping on a Rankin and you believe in Rankin and you believe in what his output can be in that role, well, this is the time to get him because of how cheap he is. He's well and truly bottomed out. I felt that was the case for Bailey Dale last week. When I was
takes 8 kickouts.
Yeah, I know. Of course. As I was doing the live watch along, I'm like, I'm such an idiot. Why do I tell everyone to get this player and then I don't get him myself? Proceeds to go 141. So he looks great. Bailey Dale last week, he had bottomed out, and guess what? You're never going to get him for as cheap as you did last week. You know what I mean? So he went up 34K, and his break even is 44, and you watch him. So look, I like Rankin. I've made a lot of questionable moves in Supercoach this year, but my best one by far is trading in Luke Jackson after round 1.
Beautiful. I don't know if I started Jacko, or if let me quickly check, or if I actually brought him in. Let me see. Yeah, I think I might have started him. I never had started Jackson ever. So I was like, yeah, I'll get Jackson in. Yeah, it's done all right for me, I think.
Oh, he's been wonderful, this guy. He's just been super consistent. He's had some Mickey Mouse matchups as well, where people have come out of the side, but he's just been on a tear. He hasn't gone under 125.
Oh no, sorry. I think I went Cherry for Jackson, so that's my mistake. Cherry for Jackson. Round 4, according to my thing.
I'd love to get Jackson in before the Bombers matchup, but he will be too expensive by that stage. So I really should have got him last week. Alas, though, I'm really hoping that my boy McAndrew can carry me through, please. Bailey. Big J looking good, mate. How are we feeling with double downgrade of Grill and Blamires to Buslinger and Cumming?
Well, the thing is, so Busslinger should make some money. I don't mind it. You're getting 200K, but is it worth you instead to go a Burton and get another 100K, Bailey? That's my only question for you. Basically, it guarantees you like a 500K plus player next week, whereas I don't know if you can get it with the money that you're having. But Busslinger should be fine. But I wonder if that extra little bit of cash is better for you. I mean, it depends on where your positions are on field and things like that. But I'm slowly leaning towards the double downgrade this week. There's a couple of players who I am looking at and who I hope don't go massive. One being Zach Bailey, like a 57 break even, and you know he's going to go 140 on Essendon, sorry, on Carlton just for fun. He's already played Essendon and did quite well on you guys, unfortunately, Joe. So yeah, it's just it's a little bit at this crucial point in time. That 100K could be an extra upgrade, or maybe grabbing a Max Holmes and not like a McCluggage, for example. So I'm a little bit wary of saying don't get the cheaper player, but if it works for you and it's what you want, then do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Good to see you, Tatum. Hope you're doing well. Any good rookies for defense? No.
Well, apart from
good
Busslinger.
Well, he's not
Busslinger,
a
negative
rookie, though.
66. Well, yeah, negative 66 break even. He's basically the only one. Though there is William Edwards from Sydney. I don't know how well he's going to be. He's only averaging 50. I think they've got Cunningham and a couple of others coming back into that back line. But he is a downgrade option if you want a backline downgrade option. This week, he should be on the bubble. So you say good, I say probably not, but he is an option. And it sucks for the people that brought in Liam Reedy this week, who only made 40-odd K and scored 25. So, yeah. Yeah, Sarong's.
All the way at the bottom.
Yeah, Sarong's been terrible, Joe. He was shocking.
Yeah. Always have to play more accountable, I feel. Will Edwards.
His check average is literally dumb.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what I just heard there, but sure.
That's right.
I hate my.
Yeah,
It's okay.
he's basically the only one. I want Flynn Perez to come back, to be honest. I think he looks good. They just need an injury or something, but I think he's somewhat on the cusp. Do they have VFL reports for Hawthorn? That's the question.
There's no one real. I mean, there's Tom McCartan, who probably returns to the Swans defense in 1 to 2 weeks. So yeah, not great for Edwards, unfortunately. Sharp, Big J, indeed he is. With double down, it allows me to go McAndrew to X next week. Very nice.
Nice.
Oh, very cool. Max Gorn got scaled down a crap low. Could have had a 125 score. That's unfortunate. LDU under an injury cloud with a hammy now.
So my understanding is that he basically was sore heading into the Geelong game, but played the full Geelong game, and now he's just gone for some scans after. So North Melbourne apparently is saying, yeah, we're not expecting, because I actually heard the news before Trent, big footy, told me the news for him. So he looks like he played the game last week, was fine to play, jumped around, did stuff, and they're just like precautionary, let's go and check. So I wouldn't go skies falling on your head kind of situation for him.
Excellent. Notification? We've got a notification? Ah, very good.
No
yes.
Perez.
No Perez. Yeah, no, Perez is ass.
No Perez is named. Like, he's not even named as a person. That's like, I'm just checking out the VFL kind of highlight reel of who did well. Hustwaite did well. A few of these other guys, Bailey McDonald did well. No Flynn Perez. So I'm just quickly checking if he was named emergency and didn't play, or what happened. But
Nah, it's because he's ass, bruv.
It's
Noah
'cause he's
Anderson.
ass.
Noah Anderson.
He's Noah Anderson's ass too.
He's worse than ass. Noah Anderson
I'm
is what
glad I
comes out of
jumped
the
off
ass.
him for the amount of shit that I got for him. Like, oh, I traded Primos. I mean, at some point you have to. Oh shit, yeah, he's not even named on the bench. Perez
Noah
just-
Anderson is what comes out of the ass. The fact that there was no Matt Rowell and his CBAs were still 78%. Like, he's been such a disappointing own, a disappointing starting pick. Like, I picked this guy because I thought with his favorable run early that this guy was going to. But the problem is that Noah Anderson has changed. And to be honest, I think the change is for the better from a football perspective, and from a team perspective. But for a super coach, I think he might genuinely be a never again pick because apparently, from what I've read and heard about him, is that he has decided that he wants to go down the Trent Cotchin route of being the selfless footballer to enable the other stars in the midfield to shine. And so he's doing a lot of the setup work. He's doing a lot of the selfless blocking and the pointing and trying to create space for his teammates. I wouldn't say it's not altogether dissimilar to what Andy Brayshaw is doing over there at Fremantle. So these guys, unfortunately, have decided that they're going to be good footballers for their team to achieve great success. Of course, this comes at the expense of us greedy super coaches who want them to be ball hungry sons of bees. But they are better people than we are, and unfortunately, I think I've learnt that I'm probably not going to pick team captains if more and more team captains are going to start to play and be more willing to play that selfless, sacrificial type role for the betterment of their team, because that's what they're expected to do as captains. I think I'm not going to pick captains moving forward. I think I'm going to stay clear of them and really just pick the players that I think have the green light to see ball get ball.
Your super coach
demand the football. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's definitely one of the big learnings I think that I've taken out of this year. Your Brayshaws, your Andersons, these guys are very responsible. You know, these guys have good moral codes. Even someone like Jordan Clark, he's not someone who's demanding the pill all the time. He's happy to chill as long as his team is performing and doing well. He's happy to move out the way, to run. He doesn't need to be that micromanager where he has to have his hands on the pill. So I think I'm going to try and maybe try and stay away from captains for the most part. Like, obviously, Gorney's a captain and Gorney's a superstar. You know, it's hard to go past him. You know, Bond's a captain.
Him again, though.
You probably won't with age, correct?
Yeah.
But Bond's a superstar. If he's a captain, you obviously, you'll be hard pressed to go past him. Who else? I mean, Sheasel is realistically going to be a captain for you guys in the future after Larky, you would imagine.
Yeah, I think so. But it's after Larky, right? I mean, Larky's only like 28, so Sheasel's really got to. I doubt he will ever put the foot down and say, "Make me captain or I'm leaving." But yeah.
Well, I've got no doubt that you could end up having a co-captain type of arrangement, surely.
I'm happy just to let him be.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. The next few weeks. But I'm sort of forced to hold on to him, unfortunately, because I just don't have the trades. 19 trades, and I still need 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I still need 7 upgrades with 19 trades left. We're cutting it fine, and it will get really bad if there are injuries or more injury carnage along the way. The next few weeks, there's 2 Friday night games, then round 12 to 15, the buys. From 16, scheduled to be confirmed. Looking good, Big J. What's everyone's best round so far, head to head? Oh, I've got no idea. I'm not looking ahead that far.
Yeah.
Stupidly traded out Houston. Hey, I'm the same, poet.
Me too. Me too.
I don't consider it stupid. I consider it bad luck, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I've said it all year, right? There's a, hey, hate yourself for training out Houston, or, hey, mental health's important and as long as you got something out of it. Like, I think I went Houston to Nazaya. So in that sense, okay. It's cost me a little bit now. He might not be scoring as well. Houston, he's on a tear. You can always bring Houston back this week if you want to. He's not overly expensive, but in the respect of kind of how it's going and things like that, it's not the worst. Not the worst suggestion. I don't know if you've seen this, Joe. I just made this. It's pretty funny.
What's this? Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Nah, he doesn't. He actually doesn't, which is
He's
annoying.
Just terrible.
I
saw
he's
it when I first, but I saw it when I first. It's like I hate the fact that I've traded out Clayton Oliver, and there's a reason for it because he actually hunts the ball. Noah Anderson doesn't do that, and I don't know why. Petrarca and everyone else. Yeah, but Petrarca and everyone else seem to be doing much better. Whereas Anderson, if he doesn't get the ball, like if he doesn't get fed the ball, he just doesn't get the ball at all. So it makes it really hard to own.
He's spreading. He's allowing those guys to run onto the ball. He's creating. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's creating space because he's too good. Noah Anderson is too good of a player to leave by himself. So you need to have someone at least aware of Noah Anderson's positioning, but it's creating space for the Petrarcas to come streaming in and picking the ball up. So it's the selfless role of a captain that is helping the team perform. It's helping Petrarca score good scores. Unfortunately, it's obviously coming at his expense.
Yeah, of course.
And normally we'd be praising him if he wasn't in our teams. You know what I mean? Because that's how you play good football. But alas, we own this selfless saint, and as a result, his scores are shite.
Yeah, what a stinker.
It sucks, bro. The next, sorry, I already answered that question. I'm just pretending it didn't happen against Philly. Okay, don't know what that is. Geordie, which rookie would you boys rather in defense, Buslinger or Will Edwards?
Well, I think Buslinger is the pick. Will Edwards will be okay, but I just don't trust the job security. Whereas I think Buslinger, with how well he's performing at the moment, should be okay. We kind of said it before, but it really just comes down to him not shitting the bed this week. If he comes out and scores another 90, 95, which Port Adelaide, they're not a great team. They're playing at Adelaide Oval, but they're not a great team. So if he can do something like that again this week, I think he'll be okay. But I'm very much a little bit wary of, hey, he's just more expensive. I don't know what Edwards's job security is going to be like. One bad game and does he get the flick? Potentially. If Edwards had like a negative 80 break even, I think I'd be a lot more confident than what I am now. In you saying, go and pick him.
Trading out Dev, Grill, and Blamires in Burton, Callahan, and Dogger.
Nice, beautiful. Nice work, Michael.
Getting Dogger in this week. So good. Dartmoor, Edwards. Yeah, I mean, he's an option. But does he keep his spot in the side when McCartan comes back in one to 2 weeks? Probably not.
Yeah, that's the question.
Callahan was looking good. Very good for the first 3. Average 110 when you take those tag games. I know. I think Finn is definitely one of the best buys this week to buy in, to trade in. He's under 500k. Yes, he has a break-even of 124, but look who he's playing. So he could very well score it. You know, I don't like being self-deprecating about my team, but look, it's just it. I refuse to say it is what it is, but alas, it freaking is. So he's got us, and then he's got West Coast the following week. So that's two very, very, very positive matchups, and he might bottom out. So to get a guy like Finn Callahan for $105,700 discount, that's pretty damn sexy. His buy is also very nice, very juicy. The best buy of the lot.
It's the buy round you pay for.
It's the buy round. He's shared with Richmond, and there are no Richmond premiums. So, you know, the Giants are great, and Finn Callahan is also very great. So I think if you don't have him, I definitely think he's one of the best trade targets this week. Dersma, Murdoch, Anderson, Smith, Silas, Retchko, I have as my mids. With 5 premium, Smith lowest score so far, 53. I will sleep on it for a few days. Still got Dersma, which is awesome. West Coast. Yeah, Angry Anderson.
I'm sad I don't own him. He's him and Kadeem Coleman, Malcolm Rosas. If I had all 3 of those, we'd be on fire.
What was that? Was that Sue smoking something there?
I don't know.
My trades Gruel, Myers, and Farrow to Dale, Tuke Miller, and Rankin. Wow! All right. And he got Daniels last week. I think Daniels makes the same amount of cash as coming, so I'm fading coming.
Yeah, potentially. It just gives you more cash on the on the return. That's the thing. He might make it the same amount of money, but he's obviously a lot cheaper than potentially some other people. So
you must have a lot of money in the bank to be able to go 3 rookies to 3 premos.
Yeah, man. So we're just behind Joe.
Right, you traded out 3 rookies for 3 primos.
Yeah.
It's freaking messed up, bro. James.
Like, but that's only what's that? I suppose it's 450k or something, right? Like Grill to Miller. What's Miller? Like 480 something? What's Tuke Miller? Yeah, 480. And then Farrow, and then like Rankin's like 100k. Dale. So yeah, he's probably got 400k in the bank.
Yeah, must have a good bank there, but very nice. He's gone shopping at Aldi. And
I would get Bailey Dale. Sorry, not Bailey Dale. I would get Zach Bailey if you don't have him. James, he's got a very good run and might be unobtainable for a few people in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, there you go, mate. He had 530k just in the bank.
Of course.
That'll do it. That'll do it, I reckon.
Yeah,
having
so.
530k just sitting there in this bank.
Just okay there.
Oh God, I've progressed the next Supercoach Cup match. Maybe a tough matchup. We'll go Dogger VC again with Holmes as the captain.
Beautiful.
Dogger against the Hawks. And then Holmes plays the Pies. Okay, cool. I see you. My trades. Oh, sorry, already saw that one. Apologies. Hey, Joe, ready for the round 13 wooden spoon decided between my blue. Yeah, mate. I think that might be the merger game. Depending if we draw, I think we just merge. That will be the question. So I don't know. It will be a flip a coin. Do you want the Essendon Blues or do you want the Carlton Bombers? That will, I think, be. And then the other question is who gets sacked first. I think it's Vossi, just because you've had him for one more year than we've had Scott, the toss. So I do think Voss goes first. And obviously because we know he's not the guy. And I think a lot of people have known that he's not the guy for a long period of time. But also because you know that Scott's under pressure. And the person who lets go of their coach first then can actively hunt the next best option out there and get first dibs at talking to them. Because whilst the other teams then still has that, for example, if you guys got rid of Voss first, you can talk to literally everybody and anybody, and be first dibs. Whereas if we are too slow and reactionary and don't get rid of Scott soon thereafter, you guys might snap up the best available person, and then we will be stuck with the freaking, whoever's left over. So, knowing Brett Scott, good call. Windy Cod, Grill, Jagger, and Tanner to Holmes, Zach, Bailey, and Burton. Grill, Jagger, and Tanner Bruin to Maxi Holmes, Zach Bailey, and Burton. Very nice.
I love it. So that's the beauty of having a cheeky like 200K in the bank from a downgrade last week. Gonna get you some good players.
Very delish. Rico Bino. First time, I think, for Rico. Welcome, Rico.
What's up, Rico?
Tempted to trade Noah Anderson down to Cummings and Zerha and McAndrew to Petrarca and Sherry. Depends on your trade count, right?
Yeah, I think that is a real depends on your trade situation. If it nets you some form of money, Rick, that you can do stuff next week, I don't mind it. I don't know if Anderson's going to be top of his line. Sherry definitely should be. Petrarca should be. So you're kind of doing like one player down, one primo, two mid prices out for, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I don't mind it. As long as you're getting some money back, I don't mind it.
Look, if you have boost still and you've got more than 19 trades.
That's it, Joe.
Sure. Hey, Maltesing. How are ya? How's the heart? Hopefully you've calmed down after a very gripping Thursday night football. Great draw. I know that was not my finest moment, Geordie, to not be able to see that the Supercoach Cup was literally right there. Hopefully for Sardis. No, hopefully not Flash. I traded out Sardis last week. I don't want to see him back in this team. I want Sardis to go off.
There's some big footy rumors, Joe, that George Wardlaw is trying to get Sardis to come across.
Will be hilarious. Man, I wish him the best. I want him to go. I want him to go. Go to North. Elijah, go to North. Because at least you'll be away from Brad. Heck, you can go anywhere. Freaking go to the moon, bro, and you'll be fine. Because there's no Brad there. So you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Theo.
Yeah. It's interesting. He's got a bit of the George Hewitts. Like, there's just not a lot of spots for him to play on field, unfortunately. So, yeah.
George Hewitt, though, is someone I'd like at the Bombers.
Yeah, good defensive runner, but I think purely defensive mids maybe don't work. See, like a lot of Carlton fans and media people are saying, yeah, George Hewitt defensive mid. I never saw him that way. Like when he had his big breakout last year and won the best and fairest, he was get the ball from the middle, run forward and kick goals type of player. So maybe it's a bit of an age thing. Maybe Voss just hates him or he's told Voss, hey, get fucked, you're being traded anyway. So like stuff you, Voss has got it out for him, like some players do. But yeah, it's there's a lot of clubs I think that would say, hey, I mean Collingwood with him in there through the middle, maybe not a North Melbourne, but an Essendon, things like that. Pair him up so it's you don't have as much of a midfield deficiency, and it'd be good for someone for a couple of years, I think.
Houston or Dale?
Ooh, that's the question. Houston, I think, is cheaper, right? So if we quickly just have a squiz. So I'm just in the trade window at the moment.
463.
Yeah, versus 490.
495.
Yeah. So it really comes down to, I think Houston does well at MCG, Dale does well at Marvel. Is probably the big thing. Houston's break even of 27, so he's going to shoot up in cash. Dale break even of 44, so still going to shoot up in cash. I don't know. I think Dale's got Port, Carlton, Melbourne. It really depends for me, Theo. Is Jeremy Howe named or not this week? If Jeremy Howe is named, then he may steal some points off Dan Houston. If he's not, then it might be pick Dan Houston. Like, are you saying both of them are going to be keepers for the rest of the year? That's kind of what you've got to have in your head. Bailey Dale has been that guy for a very long period of time. Dan Houston hasn't been that guy for the long period of time. So, yeah, I don't know. It's much of a muchness, really, I think.
I reckon Bailey Dale. I think Bailey Dale, you know what you're getting in terms of kick-ins. He's the number one kick-in taker for sure. Whereas with Collingwood,
it's whoever's there, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's either him or Josh. I mean, on the weekend, Josh had 6 and Howe had 5. And Houston was third in line with 4, you know, so...
It made me cry. It made me cry so much. Houston. Sorry for cutting off, Joe. Houston getting, like... There was periods of time where Houston's playing on the wing and he's running the ball up the ground and he gets, like, 4 handballs, a kick, and then a score assist. And it's like... Stuff you, Houston. Where was this like 2 weeks ago before I got rid of you scumbags? So, yeah, just a frustrating watch.
Well, you know why? It's because they're a bit of a revolving door at Collingwood with managing players. So there'll be weeks where Dan Houston pops off, and there'll be other weeks where he only scores 55. Didn't he score 55 the other week?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago though.
Well, they're a bit of a revolving door at Collingwood. That's what I'm saying. Like, in terms of people in, people out, resting. Could be some games where he pops off. Other games where it's 87 is just not good enough. You know, you just never know what you're gonna get every week. So yeah, I'm not altogether concerned. Probably only Crom fans would have picked Berry. Romo was a target 2 weeks ago. Yeah, true. But yeah, Sam Berry, what a joke. I can't believe I lost in the cup to Sam Berry. I really don't like how anything just jogs around. Yeah,
you know again, what's going to happen.
Selfless prick. Bustlinger has Porton.
Yep.
Bustlinger had Port, Carlton, Melbourne, and Collingwood. None of those forward lines look too good, and Bustlinger could thrive against them. Too expensive for me right now, but I could be swayed.
Yeah. He'll make you 150K in like 4 weeks, all 3 weeks. So yeah, you've got a little while. He could do very well for us.
Mid price is a risky business. Too risky for me. I don't like mid prices anymore. I'm talking Caddy was and how he ran right in the forward line. Was the quarter for? I love Caddy and I love the comments from Caddy. And I know a lot of people were trying to say, "Oh, Caddy's out the door.
Getting traded, leaving."
No, Caddy's comments were that I don't like mediocrity. I don't accept mediocrity. Don't tell me to look at this game with a glass half full approach. I know they're the premiers, but I want us to be good, and I'm sick of losing. And he's demanding more from his teammates.
Should have been at North Melbourne.
From his teammates. So I love that. I love that from Nate. I can see this guy being in the leadership group, demanding standards, walking the walk and talking the talk. So, yeah, I love me some Nate Caddy. And the excitement that Kako, Roberts, that these guys have to be the ones to break the finals drought. It's awesome for them to be speaking about that, really excited by the challenge to be the ones that do that. And he's really putting his senior teammates on notice that these senior players, why do they deserve any respect? They haven't achieved anything in this league. It's, put up or shut up, essentially. And I love it that Nate is putting that demand on his teammates. Hopefully enough of them heed the call. Okay, Shauno, you're doing well. Also, the poo is back. Who would have thought it would be almost worth more than Jagger Smith after round 2?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Aussie Abroad, help! 1 boost left. Rochelle Grill for Track and Burton, or Bailey and Cumming, or boost Watkins out and get Cumming and Burton with Track.
I would say, to be honest, I would say and this was my kind of feeling with it last week with boosting, you need to fix your cash generation. That has to be the number one priority, is cash generation 100%.
it needs to happen. Truly, it really needs to happen. We're coming up to a time where we're going to get a lot of 99K rookies, but we're probably going to be forced a little bit to do some one-up, one-downs or some potential 3 players for 2 players type situations if you can. And having guys like Burton on 250K, potentially having guys like Cumming at 300K could be the make or break for you. You don't want dead rookies right now. Spending a boost potentially to be able to do that could be the ticket, because there really isn't anyone. Like Joe and I have looked at it. There's 1 player last week. Sorry, there's potentially 2 players on the bubble next week. It's Cody Curtin, who I don't know if he even plays this week. He did okay, but it wasn't fantastic. Only scored 29. And then it was Henry, who's 160K. So, yeah, there's not much available. I would hate for you to hold out and be like, yeah, I'm going to be able to do stuff. And it's like, well, maybe not. So that's my only concern and my only worry for yourself there. Yeah, just a bit of food for thought potentially. I could be forced into it depending on if I don't get coming in or do whatever. But yes, that's my only concern, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I like.
There's
Burton
just no
and Cumming.
rookies.
Yeah, I like Burton and Cumming. I think Burton and Cumming they have to play with all their injuries. So much injury carnage. You obviously hope that it doesn't translate to them as well, but there's just so many injuries at Richmond that they just have to play. And yeah, Cummings' role playing on ball is really good. If I look at just DBAs again, this time for Richmond. This week it was Jack Ross number 1, Hopper number 2, and Cumming 74%, just behind the number 3. So your 3-man boys, and I like that. I like that. Very good. Just shrunk with this one, Bog J. 2166 for Mark.
Nice,
very
Mark.
nice. Thanks
Beat
for
us
track.
this week.
Had him
Beat
captain.
us this week.
Very nice. Trade out Grill, Flanders. Trade out Grill and Flanders for Bailey and Buslinger. Trading out Flanders, are we? I mean, I know he frustrates you. He definitely frustrates me as well, because it's just like, bro, what is this? There's just no rhyme or reason to it. Look, if you've got 20 trades left, how many upgrades do you still need to make? How many before you full primo, Mark? That's the question.
Yeah. No, keep going. Sorry, cut you off.
I was about to say, like, if you've with 20 trades, if you have more than 8 players or 8 or more, if you have like 8 or more players that you need to bring in still, I would not be sidewaysing premiums at this point and just simply holding off on that and then luxury trading them later when your team is finished.
Yeah, it's a buy flip for me, Mark, to be honest. I think, what does he got? Let me quickly project. Not round 14. Is it round 15? No, it's not round 16 buy. So if Flanders is still in my team by round 16, God help me. But yeah, he's not my worst player on field. I'd rather offload some 300K rookies that are shitting the bed. So for me, it's those guys gone first.
There you are. G-Bags FL's thoughts on moving Bruin and Grill to Bont and Cumming. This will leave me with 21 trades. I'm also considering using a boost and go Farah to Buslinger.
I don't mind it. You can do the boost. The boost the boost gives you like 280K for next week, which is beautiful, because there might not be much in terms of rookies. So you could just go one player up next week and save yourself that way.
I think it's fine. I think Buslinger's a decent enough player to field. Farrow, I'm kind of contemplating which two of Farrow, Grill, and Sarong to get rid of this week myself, because I think all three are basically cooked. So, yeah, I don't mind it. Yeah, I would probably do the boost if it allows you to just go like a Blomeyes up to a primo next week, and you're going to get a half decent primo with 285k in the bank. It might be the play, mate.
Ash in the middle, yay or nay?
Well, his scoring's obviously not working for them, so I mean, not for us in Supercoach land.
Well, for me, I say yay because I'm a Whitfield owner.
Yeah, well, that's it. He's going to be cheap.
But do I like it? Look, I think they need another inside mid because obviously they only have. Because obviously they lost Tom Green, so a lot of the heavy lifting is being left to Clary, and he's doing it quite well. But I do think that do need some more in and under clean support and feed the ball to the outside to Finn. So look, I can understand why they're doing it, and I approve them doing it. Because if Ash gets cheaper as a result, then excellent. Way for me to trade him in, and also he gets DPP and a lot of benefits because I also own Whitfield. So.
32-year-old Stephen Cornelio is probably not doing it for them either. So
correct. Liam Henry and Cox at 160, 135, but expensive. If I don't get Cumming and don't boost, get Burton track for a shot. Go the next week. I can get Roses and Lombard for. You've got Roses?
Lucky. I wish I had him. Roses over Dubberston, and yeah, I'd be very, very happy, man. I wouldn't be trading Roses for a while. He's going to be a half decent hold for the next couple of weeks. He's got some easy teams that can't really stop small forwards, I think. No, he'll score good against North Melbourne. Yeah, he'll do very well against North. Then plays. You almost want to get rid of Roses like on his bye round, really. Plays North. He's going to probably score 100 and kick 18 goals on us. Collingwood, maybe a little bit tougher. Geelong, potentially, but then round 12 plays Richmond. So there's another spike game for you. And then St Kilda and then Port Adelaide. So, yeah, I'd be holding him till about round 15 if you can. I think he might get to 400k, which is fantastic investment for 160k, you know. Beautiful, beautiful.
100%. Good to see him, Mark. Stuart needs Henry.
Oh,
yeah,
Mark.
he needs an accountable defender to free him up for sure. 22-39. Happy with the score.
Nice.
Excellent
Beautiful.
work. Who went early coming? I went early coming last week. Premature accumulation. And who's coming this week? A lot of other people.
Yeah.
What's happened to Stuart? Yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Track versus Cozzy to bring into my forward line, leaning towards Cozzy. He's got 7 games of 4s by and Track has 3. True. And Cozzy has Richmond this week. So, sorry, West Coast, not Richmond.
Yeah. Makes me sad that Heath's doing so well because I want Max Gorn to go back to scoring big numbers, but I just don't see it happening. It's so frustrating, man.
Indeed. Look, I like Cozzy. I think Cozzy's great. He's a bit cheaper as well. Obviously, yeah, his buy is in a much better week. And I think you know for sure what you're getting out of Cozzy. You just never know what's going to happen with the Suns. Like if Raul comes back, if Noah Anderson decides to finally become involved, you know, it's I like Cozzy. He is lightning. I love watching this guy. I also have 5 primo defense, and my D6 is Lindsay. He has one more week, and I'm waiting for Holmes to go back. I don't want to get another defender primo. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know if it's been mentioned, but Suitcase was almost back to his best. Yes, 100% Blue Iris. I do like him a lot.
I don't trust him.
I like him a lot. They didn't have to play him full minutes because they destroyed us. His set shot kicking is very nice. He's taken some marks inside forward 50. I don't know. He's passing my eye test for sure, Blue Iris, and I would not be surprised. I guess I'm playing it by ear. Hopefully, he doesn't start scoring crazy quickly, because I do want him in my team. Maybe next week or the week after. I think I want to try and get Jackson in next week, though, ideally, before he plays Richmond, I think it is. So, oh no, Bombers. Before he plays the Bombers. So, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get McCluggage in. Hopefully, it's not. Hopefully, it doesn't explode too quickly. Grampians, yeah, bro. So did I. So did I. I lost to Sam Berry too. What is your thoughts on trading Grundy before the Geelong matchup?
I thought you were saying trading Grundy out. I'm like, what is this nonsense?
No.
Grundy 590. Look, I think I don't know how much of a difference maker he's going to be. He's probably going to be around 20 people traded him out last week. I don't know how much of a difference maker he's going to be, but at that price, when there are so many really juicy players available, I'm a little wary of saying, hey, throw him in your team when we've got a lot of like 500k players that, you know, Grundy could be Bailey plus 200k to get another primo the next week without having to bring in a rookie, for example. That's my only issue with Grundy at the moment. Similar with Cherry, we've been burnt so much with, you know, 700k players, and maybe Grundy's different. It could be. But at this kind of crucial point in time when you want to get all these rookies off your field, spending 700k on a Grundy just doesn't seem like the smartest move for me. It could work out fantastic for you, don't get me wrong. He's a good player. Might go 150 on North Melbourne and then 150, 150, 150. But is that the difference between you having a grill on your field and scoring 40s because you brought in Brodie Grundy instead of like Bailey Dale and Zach Bailey, you know, back-to-back weeks? So that economics of point scoring is a little bit skewed, I think, a little bit. So, yeah. Don't get me wrong. He's got North, then Collingwood, then Geelong and Richmond. Like round 11 is going to be sexy for him. So, yeah, much of a muchness, but I got to kind of be the devil's advocate here.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see whether or not. Yeah, it'll be whoever's cheapest out of Grundy and Jackson for me. But we'll see what happens. Who are the best premium targets?
Be right back 1 second.
Yeah. Best premium targets, I think. Yeah, if you don't have Finn, get Finn. I think he's great. As I was mentioning before, I think Hugh McCluggage has turned the corner. I like the look of Rankin. I think he's looking decent in the forward line. Zach Bailey, he's a freak. He's a gun. His own break even's only 57, which is really good. If you don't have Nas, like I didn't have Nas, this is a good week to bring him in. We sort of saw how well Whitfield did against them, and he's got Richmond next week, who he's probably going to feast on. So definitely a fan of Nazaya, Finn, McCluggage. If you don't have Whitfield as well, good week to get Whitfield in. Breaking 101, but he's up against the Bombrays. And in terms of rucks, obviously there's Jackson. Forward line, yeah. Pickett, Rankin, Bailey, quite a few people there. I like the value in the forward line. That's sort of why I've tried to keep getting those guys, because I think these guys are top 6 for sure. Rankin, I think, is capable of top 6 as well. He'll easily score that. Yeah, possibly, but I find it hard to keep up with his injuries, unfortunately. It's worth it. Talking to Shaw. Can Cumming average 65-80? I think he can. Aussie abroad. I think with, if he's number 3 midfielder, then yeah, he should score pretty well. I know it's just this is about Bond, correct. If they're going to arrest him, it would have happened already. True. He's still a gun. Bond is Bond. If Bond is ruled out, due to injury, I'd likely bring in Holmes or Neal. I do like Lockie Neal. Sort of spoke about him last week. I did say that he was going to go ballistic on us if you didn't pick him. And what did he end up scoring last week? He ended up scoring 92. I guess it's just lack of stoppages. We just suck at stoppages, unfortunately. So everyone scored well. It was just a shared love across the board. But yeah, Neil is good. 70 though. Is it going to split if he's fair? Now, Joe, you should get a haircut. Big Joe claims himself and gets a haircut and shaves. Now it's your turn. Come on. But we don't live in the same house. How am I supposed to know Big J's gone and cleaned himself up? And I didn't get my haircut. I got a haircut not too long ago. So, yeah, it's still early days for my next haircut. Maybe next Saturday I might go get a haircut. But, yeah, at this stage, I'm content with my hair. Ooh, that would be pretty cool. As a Crows fan, I have Rochelle trading him out against the Tigers. Yes, he could do well, but we have Berry appealing. So fair enough. Aussie abroad. Thoughts on Flanders? I know he sucks. He shines in Housen, but for me, he's not the biggest issue in my team because he's still very widely owned, and just as soon as he's still around 60% ownership. And of course, just as soon as you reckon, oh, this guy's not up to it. As soon as you think, oh, this guy hasn't hit the ton in a while, bang, 117. So you just never know with this guy. And he's not my biggest issue. He's a buy flip guy, as Big Jace mentions. Won't be before then. We'll be at the buys. James Kelly, come on down. Yeah, we'll be at the buys. So just before the buys come around, they'll tell him, all right, there you go, at the buys. See you later. Thank you for your services. It's about time Voss says goodbye. Yeah, well, the writing's on the board, on the wall. Love to see the Brisbane board. I know, right? Now, honestly, that board was very polite. Maybe they can swap Ben and Harry both as shit as each other. True. Joe's thinking how to look sexy like Big J, what he needs. Mate, Kobe, I stay in my lane. There, and I acknowledge when I can't do something, and look, what you see is what you get with me, and there's no way in the world I could be as sexy as Big J. All right, maybe I need to lose a few pounds, but apart from that, Big J is a dashing young man. Heard injecting his opinion again. That's rude. That's mean. That's harsh. That's uncalled for, Michael.
I see what you did there.
People have PTSD, right? And to think that the club felt more unified at that point in time than now. It's crazy to think that Blackiston is still a shithead with his scoring. I know he's.
Remember when you said he's number one ruck, Joe, and he's going to be that guy in the back line? What a predictor, man.
Bro, he was number one ruck. The problem was that he was no good at it. Are you drinking coffee or tea? I was drinking a mix of chamomile tea with aniseed. So, if you guys know what hara is, it's like the Lebanese version of ouzo. You know how it is? It's sort of that clear drink. As soon as you put water with it, it turns into this milky white. It's a very strong. It's a very, very strong alcohol, very licorice taste to it, and it's made from anise. So I had anise mixed with my chamomile tea. It's non-alcoholic, obviously. In that form, it's not alcoholic. Darcy Moore, the dark side, while Stellan Moore is the light side. Ben McKay paid to be the whipping boy. Fair enough. Yes, Moore cost me picking the card and my tipping. Picking the pies. Oh, he picked the pies, did you? It's all right. You still got the tip, surely. Isn't Basanga going to go straight out when Lob returns? That's what I fear.
I don't know, to be honest. I think if he's playing this good, it might be just a bit of a shuffle at the moment. I could see Buku Karmas going out, to be honest. He hasn't had a great couple of weeks. Been copping a little bit in the media. So, he might be one potentially, or maybe they just do a bit of a shuffle around. Maybe they don't play Emmett plus like half a dozen other players. So we'll see.
Boys, pay the cash and go double up for Merritt and Callahan, or grab Callahan this week and take the risk on Henry being a good rookie.
Do the double downgrade. Double downgrade's the better way to go. I don't know how much Merritt's going to score against Essendon, but Callahan.
Merritt plays for Essendon.
Yeah, Callahan's break even's still relatively high. I don't think he scored a 124 all season. Two game. Well, basically one game against Richmond, he scored a 135. So, yeah, I think you're fine to do the rookies this week and then grab him next week. You'll be laughing.
Yep. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Should be fine.
Yeah, Parrish comes in. Sardis does not come back in. I'm pretty sure about that. Lamb, Barbecue, and Sardis for Holmes, Cumming, and Burton. Nice. Very nice. It was a great night on Friday night, both games. Indeed, it was good fun. Absolutely. Who plays this Friday night? Let's have a look.
Freo Hawthorn, Brisbane Carlton, and then Port Bulldogs. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. Don't know how I feel about only 2 Sunday games. At least it's not a 7 o'clock Sunday finish, Joe, because that was atrocious last week. How can you put a game on at 7 o'clock at night? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of these games. I just think, Brisbane will walk in the park. Actually, Port Dogs. This will be interesting because the Doggies are so injured. Meanwhile, Port have played pretty decently the last 3 weeks. Maybe this one is worth a watch along. Port and Doggies. Maybe this one's worth it. But yeah, it's a bit weird.
You don't want to watch Carlton lose to Brisbane, Joe? What are you saying?
Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I'm sure Carlton don't want to watch Carlton at this point. You want me to watch Carlton? Melbourne game was already... Yeah, man. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with Melbourne. I have no idea how we beat them. That just makes no sense.
Which makes it really sad being a Max Gawn owner because you know he's going to get stuck playing forward for a while.
With a dream. Yes, they did Kobe. Crazy. Yeah. Great fun to watch. Indeed. Luggage will go 120 plus.
We'll see.
Yeah, look, he probably will. That's what I'm saying. I could go, instead of Nas, I could bring in McLuggage and then have only one spot left to fill in the midfield. But I can't be fielding too many defender rookies. I do want to start getting those defender rookies off because they can pop off, but they can also drop stinkers. Does Blomaya stay in the team by any chance, Jez?
To be honest, I think he's straight out for Wardlaw, but I don't think Tom Powell had a very good week, so I could see Tom Powell potentially going back to the VFL. It was more just that Blomaya came in when Wardlaw was out, so that would be my only thing. But 17 touches, it's just, I don't know. His scoreline doesn't really reflect 17 touches. Only 2 clangers, one at 88%. You'd think Myers would have a better score. I think he scored a lot of points in the first quarter and then just didn't do much afterwards, which is a bit disappointing. Yeah, was on 38 at halftime, and you think, he's going to score a 90 for us, and third quarter only had 5. So he probably plays one more week potentially, but really just comes down to what the coach wants. We didn't have a lot of shining lights, so I could totally see a Spargo and or Doveston and a few other players coming back. Quickly checking the North Melbourne VFL.
Nick's midfield shuffles. I do think Nick's is...
Hardeman did all right, apparently.
Cooper Harvey did okay off halfback. 32 disposals, 7 rebound 50s. And I think Bench did quite well as well. So we'll see.
Well, who was saying that the Hawks are fortunate to scrape a draw? They were definitely very inaccurate. The Hawks, if they fell out of a boat on the ocean, they would have missed the water. That's how inaccurate they were. So I reckon the Pies were certainly very fortunate. If I was the Hawks, I'd have, I don't know, equal measure of relief and frustration because they should have won. The Hawks should have won that game by 5 goals. Easy. The game should have been done and dusted. But they are fortunate, I suppose, that their inaccuracy did not cost them the game and that they managed to sneak away with the 2 points. So, yeah, it's not great. Giants home ground 8-1. Yeah, well, Mark's betting corner, guys. If you're going to gamble responsibly. It's 8-1, and the reason why it's 8-1, Mark, is because we're shit.
That's
Maybe also considered buys. Rankin's around 12. Yeah, McCluggage's buy is
round 15. It's very sexy.
Nice.
If you don't own any of these players, the round 15 buy is almost on the same level as the GWS buy. I mean, I look at my team personally. I don't have any West Coast players, barring Lindsay, but I doubt I have him by that period of time. I don't have any Sydney players at the moment. Maybe a Heaney later on, but probably could just not happen. I don't have any Essendon players. So Brisbane Lions, that's it. Can easily run a Zach Bailey and a McCluggage, for example, in your midfield, and you'd be laughing. Maybe even one more if you're filling up to it. So, yeah, very, very good buy rounds.
Yeah. Fair. Mac was great against the Pies, indeed. Does the Code Sports DPP article update?
Yeah, it's up. Who are you looking for? That's the question.
I think Rankin had his injury earlier in the year, so I think that's his one injury for the year done.
Oh, and he's due for an injury and a suspension every year. So
probably.
Bro,
something about Rankin, the umpires hate Rankin. I don't know what it is, but they always do him. They always get him pinged for running too far. It's ridiculous. So, Gut says,
if anyone wants any, if anyone has any questions about DPPs, I do have Code Sports. I can put up the article and we can search people. It's not a big deal.
Not gonna lie, but could we be looking at Luke Ryan again? Have a look at his score, taking some kick-ins and intercepts. Kind of does what you want Clark to do.
He's pissing me off because if he's not in the team, Clark starts to do well. But the second Luke Ryan's in there, there's very rarely games where both of them do well. Clark always gets the shit jobs these days, and when they play teams where they've got to try and nullify a few small to medium forwards, Clark just struggles. He always gets put. He was put on Rankin during the Adelaide game, and put on other players during the Western Bulldogs game, and just kind of gets forgotten. He's a little bit selfless as well. Maybe it's different this week versus the Hawks, but I could totally see him doing like a run with job with like a Connor McDonald in the forward line, unfortunately. So we'll see what's up. But yeah, gets the shit jobs, man. It's not good.
Look, if he does well this week against the Hawks, then sign me up. I'll get him because he's fairly cheap. If he scores a 105, he goes up 5.8k. If he's scoring, what's that average about? 110. So if he goes 110, he'll go up 7.5K. So he'll still be 515. That's still quite cheap. You could pretty easily do a 1 down, 1 up to get him in. Yes, is he a bit of a burn man? Has he burned people in the past? Yes, he has. Am I prepared to be burnt again? Yes, I am, because he's cheap. And so be it. The Fremantle buy. Fremantle buy round 14. I don't have any Hawks primos. I don't have any Collingwood primos. Still don't have Nick Dacos. I don't have Houston either. And Sam Walsh doesn't count as a primo anyway, does he? So,
well,
I should be fine.
I hope so. Just poor Sam Walsh did my head in last week. The guy gets to 40 at half, or like even the first quarter. What was Sam Walsh? The heat map looks good, but did nothing in the third quarter. Joe was on 43 at half time, so you're thinking, all right, we're in here, and then scored 4 in the third quarter. Like, come on, bro, pull your socks up, do better. Yeah, I don't know. It was a really weird game for him. 7 clangers, which doesn't help, obviously, but yeah, Sam Walsh led the tackles for Carlton with 5, which isn't great. Yeah, I don't know. Just a shit game, I suppose. He's going to be my MA, so I don't know. I think Carlton's just shit, but he's going to be my MA, I think.
Carlton as a whole team had 6 tackles in the third quarter.
It's shit. Absolutely dog shit.
As a whole team, they had 6 tackles for the quarter.
Yeah. It's shit, bro. It sucks.
Not going to come down anytime soon. No, he's not. Just Big Jam going out Grill and Smith to bring in Nick Newman and Cumming.
Ugh, there's a name I haven't heard for it. Where's that? Where's that Lord of the Rings meme with Theoden? If you guys know which one I'm talking about, Nick Newman. You can pick him up if you want. I mean, I'm not against it, but it's not someone that I've had in my sights as, hey, pick him up.
I'm not getting Nick Newman. Don't pick him up.
Yeah. It's a no from me.
Why? Why are you doing that? That's because he had 6 kick-ins. Sure. He's not top of line, and you either want rookies or top of liners. That's all you want.
Yeah, that's it.
Pedro Jackson all season, absolutely, as you should be. So, guys, the match on Thursday night is going to be match of the year. Wait, who was Thursday night again? Thursday night was Freo Hawks. You know what? That's worth a watch along. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do it because I have a post-work commitment at 5:30. So
that's a lie. Also, no live stream for you on Thursday, Joe.
True. Yeah, it's true. That's right. I've got some. That's a good call, good pickup. Yeah, no, I won't be here on Thursday. Freaking got bloody roped into some litigation funding, presentation that's happening at 5:30. So, yeah, litigation fund is pretty important. You offer people who don't have money to fund their legal fees a loan, basically, at a lower interest rate than a bank. So, just trying to see whether or not we can partner up with these people and offer their services to to clients who, I think ultimately, because you need to have enough money to pay for your own lawyer, that's sort of where you might be entitled to something from a settlement, but you still need money to pay for the services in the first place. So there's a lot of people who unfortunately don't have that access to justice because they don't have funds up front. So yeah, litigation fund is pretty important. It won't be available on Thursday, unfortunately, as a result. But Friday, hopefully, I can maybe do Port Douglas.
Flash is correct. Sorry.
What's Flash correct about?
No, it's fine.
Gorn Grundy throwing up Jacko. Very nice. Yeah, Jacko would be awesome to bring in. I wish I brought him in. Thoughts on bringing in non-player R3 to be able to get Track or Bailey. So Farrow, Grill, and Flanders out in Houston. No. You are not trading in Houston. No.
Do it.
I'd rather trade
Do
in
it.
Puke Crying.
Do it. Go for it. I love it. I love that. I love it. Nightfall, sexy. Just got to be careful. You need Houston to be keeper, really. Grill, Flanders in Houston, Track. Okay, yeah, I don't mind it. Houston's just got to be keeper, yeah. So maybe even better just to go someone else. You've got enough money to grab a Whitfield, for example, or a Bailey Dale. Probably Bailey Dale's better. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Uncle, nice. Updated. I love it. Updated profile picture. Very nice.
This guy's hanging out in the park or Thailand or somewhere, I tell you what.
That looks like his backyard, I reckon. I reckon that's his backyard. That's probably some sort of lemon tree. And I love it. Very nice, Yanko. Very cool. Boys, are we buying McCluggage soon and Sarong? All aboard McCluggage. I like McCluggage. Sarong, on the other hand, up for debate.
I'm not touching him. So McCluggage potentially next week. We'll see what's up. The round 15 bye helps quite a lot. Am I ready to have my heart broken again? Probably. I'm McCluggage. But Sarong is just playing that bloody selfless role. Like Brayshaw is kind of covering people, but Sarong shit the bed. He really has. Even against easy teams like West Coast, he should be crapping on them. Look at these scores last year. Sarong went massive in the first half of the season last year and then fell off. But it's almost like Sarong and stuff are getting blasted because they're not as quick as like a Shy Bolton, who can just grab the ball, run forward, kick a goal, and reset. So it's almost handball the ball to Bolton, and Bolton's going to go up and kick. And I'm sure 100% that the rise of Dogger or Luke Jackson and Bolton are negating on some of these players. Even Hayden Young, run from the middle, get the ball, kick, done. It's almost like, well, you're a little bit too slow now, so we'll keep you in the team, but you're not our main preference to get the ball because you don't have the burst speed anymore. Or you're the one that cops the attention and the likes of Bolton and stuff go big.
I mean, I think we're concerned about Sarong as a pick this year because of just how stoppage-oriented he is in terms of his scoring. He's one of those real stoppage specialists, but the game is definitely leaning towards more transition. So, yeah, happy to forego him, but yeah, McCluggage, if not this week, next week, if not next week, the week after, very soon. McCluggage, I think, will start to go on a run. He has had a nice easing in from his injury. I think Edwards Sydney will be fine. Look at his taking handling spot. Okay, well, that's great. Happy to see that. Nightfall. What about Bond? No Bond, unless that captain's name is Marcus Bonta. But look, I didn't say no captains. I literally said gonna be more likely to avoid captains, mate. It's obviously not. Otherwise, he's a liar. Jesus, Flash. He ran straight to the liar word. Mate, you don't know me by now? I'm obviously a liar. Hello, I've got Max Gordon on my team. Thoughts on Zach Bailey as a trading option this week, tighting Callahan next week?
I love him. I'm considering him this week or next week 100%. So I just hope that he doesn't have such a big score. But yeah, I love him. I think he's fantastic. Lock him in. Pure forward, like we have one. It's similar. Start treating these Brisbane players like we have GWS and being like, cool, who's on the bye round? Zach Bailey could play your entire buys and then miss 1 week and that's it. And you wouldn't even miss him. It's just like perfect, you know. Perfect. 520K this week. Sorry, 500K this week or like 520K next week is probably the must.
Look, Bailey's great. I wish you got him in last week playing against the Bombers. This week he's got Carlton. Should score really well still. But I think Finn's the guy. Finn's got the Bombers. He's sub 500K. I like Finn. I like Finn a lot. The cheap defenders to target: Luke Ryan. I think
Nick Newman.
Nazaya has bottomed out in price. 87 break even. Then he's got Richmond the following week. So I think Nazaya might have dropped if you haven't got Nazaya already. If you haven't got Whitfield, he's got the Bombers. He's top 6, especially if Ash is playing more midfield time. Whitfield just becomes a lot more important. Almost monopoly on kick-ins. You probably really need him. There's also players like Blakey, for example. We've spoken about Blakey in the past, that he's a good trade-in target. Bailey Dowell, we've spoken about, is a good trade-in target. Yeah, there's quite a few there. I think that's enough people to discuss. Yeah, Nick Blakey, 505.
You just want to start bringing in guys who are keepers. That's the biggest thing. Grab the keepers. Yeah, don't mess around and grab like the wrong players, because it's going to hurt you quite a lot.
How long can I keep Roses for?
No.
3 weeks, maybe?
As long as the coach.
2 options.
Yeah, Roses you can keep till the bye round, man.
Grill and Farrow for Burton and Bailey, or Grill and Flanders. No, Grill and Farrow. You can trade Grill and Farrow for Burton and Bailey. I reckon it's fine. Also, would you consider going to Sherry? No, I wouldn't consider. I almost feel, I don't know how much of it is feel and how much of it is hope, that they're playing Heath now just to manage Gorney, and that when they have real, just to keep him refreshed to be able to play the whole season. I don't know. I really hope that they don't stick with that sort of, that Gorn's second ruck. Gorn's second ruck, impossible.
You know what's going to happen. He's too old, Joe. As much as I love Gorn and I think he's a fantastic player, he's too old, yeah? Next year, this could be Max Gorn's last year. He could come out and say, hey, this is my last year. Get Heath ready. I'm sorry that I can't play another year. And it would, it kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, Anderson is sacrificing his game to allow Petrarca to shine, Yanko. It sucks. Is it me or is it Hawaii Muppets? No, it's you can trade out Farrow. That's what I've done. I've traded him out. I've traded Grill out. Flanders is not an issue for me. Everyone has Flanders, or 60% of the comp have Flanders. It's not like, and he can pump out 100 plus at any point in time. You just never know. I don't think Flanders is necessarily. If he's your biggest issue, then you've got to kill a team.
The only reason why I would trade out Flanders early is if like you're desperate for a Holmes or a Heaney type, or even a Baz Lenker, like these guys that are, 150k on top of Flanders' head, and you've got like a Cook, you've got a Roses, you've got these guys that are going to eclipse his price by a lot, or Flanders is going to drop too much money that it's going to cost you too much. Like if Flanders was in a Rochelle type position where 150 break even, it's going to be really hard to do anything with him later on. I could see in a poor, like a week like next week, if you've said, okay, I only want Henry, I don't have enough money to do much else, I want to go grab Baz before he plays Richmond, for example, or whoever plays, the worst team in the AFL, and they're going to go big. That could be a week to do it. Like, you could go Flanders to Grundy, and I would say, okay. Like, Flanders to Grundy with a Blomyers, make a little bit of money on the side, perfect, cool. Like, I understand. But it would have to be like break glass type situation to do it, I think. But maybe Flanders to Grundy's the way to go.
Maybe.
Plays Richmond and Geelong back to back. Like, old mate's going to be big.
Trucker is all about the Trucker brand, 100%. Yeah, I'm still all aboard that. Oh, yes. Very nice. Very, very nice. Next week, upgrade to McCluggage.
Potentially. But there's just not many good downgrade options. That's the only issue.
Winning base going to take the Tasman. Cats play Tagger. Looking at Holmes next week over Merritt, but City matchup worries me. Look, potentially, if Holmes just runs to the back line and plays off half-back, then I don't know if James Jordan goes to him. Baz is just such a hard runner. It's hard to tag this guy. He burns people. I'm not overly concerned about Baz, to be honest. He played a pretty shit game from what I could tell. He was given an absolute bar.
Got the tag, you know.
And still scored a 97. So look, I'm not altogether concerned about that. We really need Van Hatten, bro. Oh, we need him so bad. It's a joke. What's McAndrew going down to Cumming? And then Jaggers. I assume McAndrew is in your flex. Look, McAndrew's got Richmond this week. He'll more than likely score very well. And his break even is 66.
Yeah.
If he scores another 91, he'll go up how much? We'll go up another 10 odd K. Look, you could trade him out, but you're also giving up a pretty good score, right?
Bro's going to score 130, man.
I doubt that. What was Bolter, Wilmot, Houston, Dow the biggest scoring last week, all under 500K? That's the way it goes, bro. The way it goes with Supercoach, you just never know. Globes, how are you, my peanut? How you doing? Well, my friend. Don't talk to me about Berry. Apologies. Ethan, hello. Trade targets this week. Oh, mate, just go back. Sort of been speaking about them ad nauseum. Sorry if we're going through these questions fast. I mean, we just sort of cognizant of the time and when these questions were asked a long time ago, and a lot of
time now.
Yeah, and the 10, time 20. Now, and obviously we would have answered a few of these questions in previous ones. So yeah, just scroll back. Pressing my trades going on Flanders, Grill, and Bruin for Callahan, Zach Bailey, and Edwards.
Nice.
Yep. Nice. Very nice. Scored 23-11 this week with 2 on the ladder.
Nice.
Wow. Very, very nice. Very, very nice, Kobe. Great, massive score. See you, Shaunsky. I know you said that you had to go at 9:40 and now it's 10:18. But if you were to watch this back, bye. Thank you for joining us. Is looking fresh.
Yep. Thanks, Aka.
Chaps, who sorry I'm late. Sorry we're late to answer your question. No question there. Was over at Wizards stream being talked off the ledge about whether to trade Walsh and burn my t-shirt. Don't trade Walsh and don't burn your t-shirt. We need you to pray for him. Don't bless your enemies and do not curse them, said the Lord. So pray for Walsh. Hope he comes good. Simon Seawin says, you're looking good, Big J.
Thanks, mate.
If we use Lindsay's money next week, because with an 80 we'll have a higher break even, I don't have a rookie defender to bring in and want to wait for Holmes for my last spot. Yep, that's fine. Okay, again, a change. Okay, trade out Grill and Farrow for Dale and Edwards. I like Bailey as a trade-in, Mark. My rookies, if I boost for Cumming, Rechko, Anderson, Sharp, Artie, Edwards, Lombard, Poo, Silverwood, Todd, Burton, Burnock. It's 7 players, 21 left with a boost. Well, you're better than me. I need 7. Beautiful. I need 7, and I have 19 trades.
And no boost. No boost.
Way to rub it in my face, mate. All right. I want clock next week. But how without Roses' money or Lindsay? Look, if Roses gets you cluggage, then Roses has done his job for you. You don't have to eke out literally every single dollar.
Mate, it's the sponge, Joe. You gotta squeeze the sponge and wring your shirt before your mum gets mad at you because you'd wear wet clothes in the car.
Sure. This one will boost to go Walsh to Finn. No. Finn, Callahan, or Hugh McCluggage. I think Finn against the Bombers.
Yeah. This is the test, man. If he doesn't do what he needs to do now, he's going to be in the toilet.
No, I like Finn. I think Finn looks really good at times. It were really shit conditions. Playing in the dewy, slippery Gold Coast conditions definitely suited Clary more than Finn. That's for sure. I think Finn not playing up there will be much better for it. He's up against the Bombers, playing at home. I think he'll absolutely tear us apart because we suck at conceding scores from stoppages, from clearances. So I think Finn's going to be really good, and McCluggage is also going to be really good, but McCluggage is a bit cheaper. So even if you don't get him this week, it's very easy to get him next week. He's $4.69, so I'll get Finn this week, and then maybe I'll get Hugh next week. Cumming or Burton. Look, I like Cumming. I got him last week. That's how much I like him. He's a very good player. We mentioned his CBAs. He has a better role than Burton, but Burton is almost half the price. So
yeah, and that's the issue. Hey,
go Burton.
Burton could be Cummings' price by next week.
Yeah, so get Burton. If you had to pick one or the other,
yeah, you always go the cheaper guy if you can.
Yeah, correct.
We need
Alternatively,
cash.
you get them both, or you get them both for double downgrade this week. Yeah, because I think this week is a good week to double downgrade. So I just knew that I wanted to get both of them in, and I was cognizant that I really wanted to double upgrade this week, so I rolled the dice and went early on one of them. Flanders to Bailey or Suitcase. Don't trade out Flanders with a review, just not yet. Get Bailey or Suitcase another way. Do you have Bruin? Trade out Bruin. Grill Farrow with higher break even, they can go too.
I might hope that Cherry and Darcy Cameron, whatever, can give Grundy a run in the next 2 weeks, and I might go Flanders to Grundy.
I don't reckon he scores against the Foss tag. I'm really hoping he puts the clamps on him 100%. I really want him to score. I want him to score 2 points.
I want 3 points. I want negative points. Make him go down even further.
It's too harsh. Too harsh. No. Look, if Foss can keep Heaney. To be honest, Heaney.
176.
Heaney's underrated, bro. Heaney's underrated. Why is Heaney not mentioned more in the Marcus Bontempelli, Nick Dacos discussion? Because I reckon Heaney's up there. I have Heaney ahead of Nick Dacos. Now I know that's probably a big call.
I think it's just because he doesn't take the game. I don't know if I've seen too many games where Heaney puts the ball on his back and says, "Hey, I need to go massive today," and I'll do that. Like maybe because of his size and things like that. But yeah,
are you
that would
kidding
be
me?
my only thing. I don't know.
Isaac Heaney has done that so many more times than Nick Dacos has. Just that Sydney versus Collingwood game last year. There was that game last year when the Swans won, and it was purely off of Isaac Heaney heroics. Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah,
but Heaney went absolutely, must have been the year before. Heaney went absolutely dominant. I don't know. I've seen Heaney take over games in crazy ways. His last quarter against Collingwood was probably one of the greatest last quarters or individual efforts of any player I have ever seen. He's a freak. I've honestly, if he was playing for a Victorian team, we'd be talking up Heaney a hell of a lot more. I think Heaney is just super. I don't know. Holy crumple, Big J. I don't know what that is. I brought in Holmes and Lizard last week for 80 and 52. In big ways. Very well done. Then I missed the Burton chat. He's good enough to bring in. Can we clip that as a blooper? I don't know how much Merritt scores against Essendon. Yes. Look, he'll score a lot against Essendon next year. Big J just preempted that. Who do we think makes more cash, Burton or Buslinger?
If Burton keeps up his role and can keep scoring 60s, it's probably going to be him. But Buslinger would need to do the same, but keep scoring 90s, 80s or 90s. Because if you look at Burton, You guys can do this at home with SuperCoach Projector. Burton scoring, what are we saying, Joe? 60? 60? Gets to 150K by round 14-ish. How much? What does Busslinger need to score? Let's have a quick squeeze.
So yeah, this is the projector, guys. If you want to, it's called SC Projector. It's a good on the Chrome web store.
So Busslinger needs to go. Burton needs to score 60s. Actually, no, maybe it's Busslinger then. Burton needs to score 60s, but Busslinger needs to score 70s. But he's obviously 100K more. He's also 100K more expensive. So
correct.
For the price to be worth it, Busslinger needs to score. He needs to score 90s between now and round 13 for him to be worth the difference in price plus the going up in price than what Burton is. That's the only thing.
No, dark mode is a 40
Google Chrome
scores
feature.
I think it's a 40 scores extension feature as well. Where you can then change the what's this dark field? Okay, doesn't really do anything there. No, it's this is not a SuperCoach Gold feature. Would like to also check on Gorn, Holmes, and Merritt for. We'll keep track of that. Holmes, a C option versus the Pies. I think so. Yes. Could very well be. If you have any Adelaide players, would be ballsy. Because I don't know how many other Adelaide players, but I'm pretty confident. I think in Callahan and Pickett. The problem is I don't have BC loop though. Unless Blamires is out. The problem is Blamires plays on Saturday. So I'll have to then VC. I mean,
probably Zach Bailey. No, probably VC Zach Bailey, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Could do Bailey into Callahan. Against the Bombers, it's pretty ballsy. Or Pickett.
Nick, I got 502K for a forward or back. If you have just over 502K, I would be grabbing Zach Bailey this week, mate. Zach Bailey's a freak, and he's going to do very well for you. He's going to be top 6 forward, and he comes in at 502, 300K. So break even to 57. You're looking to be jumping up to about 530K next week. I would 100% go him if you haven't already.
Oh, good luck with that, Kobe. Fingers crossed. Houston, never again. Fair enough. G'day, Jamie. Hope you're doing well.
What's up, Jamie?
Smoking alarms because your pants going to be on fire. Fair enough. I traded in the bot this week. Got Jackson Pickett coming in next week. Then I can work on my defense again. Fair enough. But yeah, Pickett this week is definitely the better option because
he plays Richmond.
West Coast.
Sorry, West Coast. Plays West Coast at home. Or close enough to home at Marvel Stadium.
All right, there you go. Flash is a big fan of your work with the meme. Thoughts on waiting on track until post-buy?
Who do they play? It's probably the big thing. I think he'll always be around the mark. For me, it depends on how many guys you've got in the forward line, but Petrarca's bad game is kind of out of his system now, and I'm a little bit wary that he may become somewhat unobtainable. He could get to 600K pretty quickly if he keeps popping out 120 scores. St Kilda this week, no one at Port Adelaide's going to stop him. Not many people at North are probably going to stop him. and then Brisbane. So
That's post
yeah,
bye.
yeah, he's got a favourable enough run early or coming up that I personally wouldn't do it.
Can we sue Supercoach for false advertising our projections?
Well,
Unfortunately,
it's based off like previous year's scores, really. So, like Grundy going 80 versus no ruckman, it's like, well, it's just how it goes.
And they haven't really sold you that either. Grill and Farrow to Bailey and Burton, or Grill and Farrow to Artie Jones and McCluggage.
I think Artie Jones is done. Liam Reedy kind of Artie Jones will play and he probably scores 65. So the word done is not correct. But if Watkins tells us anything, it's don't bring in guys that have had a price rise already. So Burton's your guy. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh, muchos love. Shout out to Marley Roses. There you go. Good to see Las Pistolas. Adam Uze with not many rooks on the bubble. Congratulations, Adam Uze. Well done on coaching your first win of the season last week. Very impressive. You stuffed up all of our tipping, but it's all right. We respect it.
Had 3 people at work score perfect tips last week.
With not many rooks on the bubble next week, I think Brad Scott will be on the bubble if Essendon have their 5th loss this season by 10+ goals. Oh, yeah. I think he's going to have there's a really crucial run of games to come. And if we don't perform and we don't look as good and we continue to lose by 10+ goals, I agree. I think there's definitely writing on the wall and the pressure is real. And I think he's reacting to it, which is great. Missed out on Artie Jones, but Henry popping up as a godsend. I finally get rid of Dev Rob. Oh, jeez, that's pretty funny.
That's how I felt about Doverston, bro. And Doverston's basically the same price as Artie Jones this week, so I understand the pain.
Yeah. See you, Kobe. Have a good night. See you tomorrow night.
Catch you, mate.
G'day, lads. G'day, Kyle. Stable at top 1,500. Well done.
Congrats.
Farrow and Grill to Burton and who? Callahan, Zaley, or the Scottish Suitcase McLuggage. Love your work. Thank you.
I would grab Zach Bailey. I think he's still got fairly low ownership. Let me just see. Yeah, 8% of teams owned. Going to jump up another 20K this week. So, yeah, I would grab him.
Oh, is he still only? Oh, got a bit of a pod here. Still an 8%.
Yeah, he's going well. And you can grab McCluggage next week. It's got a break even of 127. So, yeah.
If you Murphy Reed owner, would you keep him all season?
Probably not all season. Maybe have a look at their buy round and see, hey, is he performing by then? But I would be keeping him until the buy round. He's popping out at least 70s every week. So he's not your worst player on field, but he's probably not going to be a top position. And you kind of knew that going into it. So he's a stable enough player. If you get 70s and 80s from him, you should be okay until round 14 and reassess.
Crazy. It's like a purple Sam Flanders almost.
Yeah, a little bit. Connor McDonald too, the same kind of thing.
You have 3 uninjured AFL eligible players, one of which is Samson Ryan. How far away is Taranto, and how does this all relate to Cumming? Cumming, I think, is fine. I like Cumming. Cumming is highly rated. He has been entrusted with centre bounces, and he looks really good to the eye. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cumming stays in the team, continues to play an important role. But look, you don't have to force him into your team. You can just simply bring in Burton and be happy with it. I'm going to go VC Dogger, then Lou. Wait, I was going to loop with ZZ, but I want a Captain Gorn. Why do I want Captain Gorn? I know he's playing against West Coast, but he's sort of... Maybe he does score well. I don't know.
Yeah, you can VC Dogger. Yeah, VC Dogger, loop ZZ because they don't play on the same day and you're fine.
Yeah, Friday night is ZZ.
Yeah, so you've got a Freo person and then you got ZZ. You're fine.
You're better than that, Flash. I'm glad Dawson's back this week.
Oh, why not? We've still got more people. There we go.
Can you put that in the remix of your theme song, please? Are you guys just fizzing at the bunghole about your new trade-in? So you think you're good captain picks? Look, I did not trade in Pickett this week, and I think he's a great captain pick. Bailey, I did not trade in this week. I think he's a good captain pick. The people I traded in are Naz and Finn. Naz is not in my calculation. Callahan is in my calculation because he's up against the Bombers. I'm trying to take advantage of that matchup. Hence why I traded him in. Woohoo review. Las Pistolas, hola, Dreamtime catch-up champions? Yeah, Dreamtime. I will be there. I will be there at Dreamtime. Round 11? Yes, sir. Straight from work. I'll be at the J for sure.
Well, depends if Joe can get me a ticket.
Oh, yeah. I paid my 29 under false pretenses. Well, good luck convincing a judge that. Yep, filling Bailey 2. Great buy stocks for me. Thanks, fellas.
Yep.
Anytime, Kyle. Worth the boost for 1 primo and both the Richmond boys. Leaves them 21 trades, 0 boosts. I think it is. I think it is because Burton is a 99k rookie who should make money just by playing, and Cumming, if he continues to play on ball, then has a very, very good chance of making 100k. He's going at 70s. I've had Zach Bailey from the start. Can't really fault him.
I wish I did. I wish I had gone stacked the forward line. Life would have been easier.
Mass, hey, good to see you. Jonas, are people being impatient trading Sidus last week? You're talking about people trading him now. Bro, I traded Sidus out last week.
Just don't think
I traded Sidus out last week to get Cumming because I had more faith in Cumming than I had more faith than freaking Brad Scott naming bloody Elijah Sardis because I don't trust Brad Scott. No one trusts Brad Scott. Are you kidding me? So stuff him in the bin, unfortunately. Gallup had concussion. So it's either Joyce or ZZ in.
Gonna make things interesting. At least we'll know by Thursday what's happening so we can make an educated guess. Because it's always the worst when it's like, oh, they play on a Sunday, but you want the loophole now, and blah, 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 blah.
See you, Power. Good to see you, mate. Always love it. You always come in with a different sort of icon. It looks a lot more smoky this time. The Toblerone and giraffe with spectacles. Earth has a face. It's like a cat nose. Yeah, it's just bizarre. Thank you for your measured responses. Anytime.
Cheers, mate.
Coming.
I think this might be us, guys. So let's just finish it up. Almost 3 hours.
Good to see you, TV. Indeed. Overarching point I'm getting from your wisdom is don't sideways till buy rounds. Get rookies off field.
Yes.
Am I getting it?
Yes.
Bro, you are a genius.
100%. Because you want to... The idea is that you want to have a benchmark of good scorers in your team. So if you can get everyone scoring at least 70s, that's a lot better than having a guy scoring a 40 and then a 110. You know what I mean? So get all the shitty rookies off field, unless Flanders gives you like a superstar. But yeah, get all the shitty rookies off field first, then do any sideways as you have to do. It sucks holding guys like Anderson doing, underperforming and whatnot, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we're gone. We're no longer in the week of sidewaysing. It is a good week to double down. Yeah, double down for sure, and then do proper upgrades in the future. Mark with the fire, thank you very much, guys. Let's chat. I've got at the High Flyers membership. You may call it. You may use it. Just call me. Oh,
go to we're going to Dream Time at the G, Joe. Woo!
Oh wow, love it. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Mark. You are a superstar. The 6 games I will decide the order for the bottom 4. Essendon, Carlton, West Coast, Richmond, Carlton, Richmond, West Coast. Indeed. Bailey or nah, you'll be fine. Bailey or Whitfield? Whitfield.
I like Bailey. Oh, Whitfield versus Essendon. I think it's much of a muchness. Whichever position on field you want to fill and make better in your team.
Yeah, true. Can I go back a few weeks? No. Thanks, guys. I'm dirty. I was late. Like everyone. It's all right, Jamie. All good, mate. All good. Thank you all very much for joining. That is us for tonight. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Big J. May the 4th be with all of you guys. That's hence why we've got the Star Wars theme behind him. Big J looking sexier than usual, but hey, it's all right. We love to see it. Thank you very much for joining us. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to not miss out on any of the videos and the streams. If you're a member, we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. If you're not a member and you want to be, very easy to join, be part of an intimate little community. We have our community team that's doing very well also that you can have input into, and we look forward to seeing you all in the next one.
Yeah, guys, lots of content coming out. Remember, as we said with Hugh Review, just make sure, biggest objective is to get the cash gen flowing. So extra 100K from, Burton from Busslinger makes a big difference. Could be the difference between you being able to upgrade to a primo or not, or offload someone who's 130K for 100K and make some money that way. Get rid of your rookie scores and play the matchups too. You can't predict what's happened in the previous parts of the season, but if your player you're bringing in is playing Richmond, North, West Coast, Essendon, and a few other crappy teams, grab them because they're going to score really well.
Exactly right. Because we're at the centre bounce. We do the hard work, so you don't have to.
Bye for now.